Really, really, really. Apparently, yeah, really. Live streaming via YouTube. Not as easy as you think. What is it? 10 to 3. Oh my God. Well, there we are. Oh, I have one viewer again. I've still, hi. Hi. There he is. This guy is clearly clinically insane or has sleep deprivation problems. Ghost Kadja says, "What's up?" Within seconds of me live streaming. I clearly, obviously want to avoid this person. Never ever want to go near this person because he clearly has the same problem as I have in not being able to get to sleep without large amounts of this, or maybe some natural sleeping elements like my dog would tell you, melatonin, which is quite good, but yeah, whatever. What's up? What should I say? Ghost Kadja has said, "What's up?" So I don't know. At this time of the morning, what would you politely say? Dunno. How's you? This is like live. This is like a reality TV show. How's you? Well, basically, a friend of mine who took me out for a drink tonight and got me drunk has dropped me off at the house, and I thought, well, that was a bit of fun last night, wasn't it? That live stream thing, which I can't even find the live stream, even though somebody I knew was watching the live stream. I can't even find the live stream. I don't even know where it is. He said, yeah, I watched that. So good. It's probably not a good idea to live stream when you're just come in from the pub and had a skinful. But I'm going to try something even more mad now, right? Even madder than before. Ghost Kadja, do you know Anonymous me? Ghost Kadja is saying, do I know Anonymous? And could be cheese here. What? Because I know how much somebody else loves cheese. Loves cheese as much as I do. Is the doggy. There we go. So I can't be mean. I've just come in and I've just partaked of another pint because I've been dropped off in my car, and yeah, so I'm just going to get myself to sleep with a pint, and my dog realizes I'm being mean by eating cheese without including her. Now, no, Horace dude. Ghost Kadja, do you like my vids? I don't know, Ghost Kadja. I've never seen your vids. Should I know your vids? Should I know your vids? Have you promoted your vids to me? Oh, I wish I had a piece of toilet paper up here. A roll of toilet paper. Hang on. Right. Let's deal with this. I'm hungry. Right. Mm. 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 Does this make any sense? I don't know. Does this make any sense? Mm. Mm. Right. Well, I've just come home. I've had about 4 or 5 pints of Guinness, but I'm not stupidly, because I had fun last night when I was late night. I thought, let's get this live stream on the go. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Hey, you know, dogs like more cheese. More cheese. More cheese, please. You want more cheese? You give more cheese? No, give more cheese. I've not got more cheese, but I've got more of this. It's not cheese, but it's probably going to get you less fat than I am. So, yeah, I've got some of those. Right. How am I going to do this? No, I'm not. I'm not pissed because I can speak and probably formulate thoughts and talk and walk. I could probably even follow the was it torch in the eyes of the Americans, you know. So like, you know, can you see the light? Yes, I can see the light. Can you walk? Yes, I can see the walk. But nonetheless, I'm happy. I'm happy. But I don't know. I'm happy I do silly things. When I'm happy, I get extravagant and do silly things. So I'm going to do something. How's your latest PC build going? Well, the PC build, I could point the camera down at it, but unfortunately, you're not going to be so. Yeah, hang on. This is the PC build, right? Right. If I take away this, and I take away this, and I take away post-it notes, I take away a laptop, and I take away this, there's the PC build. No is the answer. And we can put it all back. Because I haven't had the chance to test out. I'm not going to be happy with this PC build until it's quiet. It has to be quiet. It has to be powerful. And it has to be as quiet as this machine. This machine must be as quiet as this machine because I know that this machine can do the processing power of this machine. This machine has 2 processors in discrete locations, so they're 2 separate processors. I'm not going to be happy until this machine is as quiet as that machine doing the same amount of work. So no, but I haven't dealt with it because of the fan management is handled by the BIOS, and I don't know quite how to approach dealing with the fan management to stop it going absolutely rah. Whereas this one is perfectly quiet all of the time. This one, with the slightest bit of workload, will go really over the top on fan noise, which is unusual for Dells. So if anybody's watching, all 3 of you, hey, 3 people, if anybody knows anything about why Dells in the workstation range, not desktop, workstation range, decide to go a little bit, wow, you know, they're all or nothing. It seems like there's, you know, there's maybe 2 or 3 stages of fan. It's either like quiet because I'm doing nothing, medium because you even turn like my screensaver off, so it's like medium, which is like, which is you can hear it, or 3, which is you're actually doing something. Wah! Now that isn't normal for a Dell, and I wonder if it's because it's Windows 10 and Windows 10 doesn't have the same drivers as Windows 7, and I don't know. And I've not delved into it at all. So this is just ideas whizzing around my mind. What is it? Is it the BIOS? Is it Windows 10? Windows 7 drivers would be better. I'd be better off with Windows 7 rather than Windows 10. Or am I going to have to manually manage the fan using third-party software such as SpinRite or, things like that? And I'm just kind of like, yeah. What am I going to do? What is it? What is it? I would be interested to know. But until I can make this one as quiet as this one, then I'm not too sure about whether I want to switch over to this one, because this one is going to keep me up all night with rendering, whereas this one will be like all night with rendering. So I don't know. Maybe I can learn to live with fan noise. This is a beast of a machine. It's going to be faster, but I just don't know about that fan noise. I really don't know. So I'm going to maybe I will swap out the fans that are in there for my own fans, and I will manually control them with manually controlled systems and not rely on the BIOS to automatically control it with the temperature of the processors. But yeah, anyway. Oh, some people have been replying to me. My goodness, if I only looked. Cheese, where's the mouse? How's your PC? You're pissed. No. Why do you think I'm pissed? I've had five pints, officer. I'm not pissed. Five pints. I'm totally sober. Yes. Yeah, that's right. So, a half a treat for the dog. Hello, let's have a look. Watch out. Ready? Watch out. 1, 2, 3. Hook. There you go. See? As long as you give her you have to give her the lead up. You kind of like, you can't just throw it to her. You have to go 1, 2, 3. And she can catch it, but you have to give her the lead up. So yeah, stop fanning about. Stop fanning about. Tell us something new. Well, I don't know. Nothing new. Horace dude. Right. Okay. So let's just do this. Hello, Matt. Hello, Jonathan. Don't catch it. Where's the mouse? I don't know. How's your PC going? You've heard that one. You pissed? 5 pints. Yeah, 5 pints. Maybe. What do you think of Google? Google is the NSA, as you should know. Google is the NSA. What a brilliant idea. A self-folding intelligence operation. No government funding required because it's actually in profit. The NSA. And they even cheekily, hide the plain truth in sight. Hide the plain truth in sight is don't even hide the fact that you're the NSA. Oh, right. I'm going to hide this because I don't want to turn it round, because if I turn it round, you'll realize something. But this is moisturizing cream. And for some reason, when I saw it, I thought, I want to be moisturized. Right? Maybe being moisturized actually helps you to talk about Google and the NSA, because it's a rather slippery subject, right? But Google is the NSA, and what a wonderful way to self-fund and even make money out of spying on people. What am I talking about? Well, hide it in plain sight. Hide it in plain sight. Let me see if I can tell you, or you may, if you watch my channel, you may know this. Let's see if you've got any either brain cells or memory receptors which can actually reflect back what I've already told you. What is Google now called? Google umbrella corporations, yeah, umbrella or umbrella corporations. What does Google now call itself? Okay, and talk about bite the hand that feeds, because this is YouTube, and YouTube bought out Google bought out YouTube. But yeah, right, okay, I mean, Google, massive, the biggest, the best, the biggest, the best. Are they the NSA? What would be a good giveaway for them being the NSA? Okay, what did they change their name to recently? Okay, oh, Jonathan got it. Alphabet, right? Okay, Jonathan, well done. You get the Scooby snack, right? You get the Scooby snack, but as long as it lasts, because the Scooby snack is going to the dog, and the dog is now eating it. Right, okay, what's the alphabet mean? What does alphabet mean in terms of American terminology? Alphabet. What does alphabet mean in terms of alphabet? Alphabet, American terminology. What does alphabet mean? Alphabet, government, alphabet. Anybody? I have to wait 10 seconds here because the lag of YouTube. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Give a bit of time for people to write their answers. Tick, 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 tick. Is anybody going to get the answer? What does alphabet mean? What does alphabet mean? Hide it in plain sight, because Google is now owned by a corporation called Alphabet. Alphabet. What does alphabet mean, please, folks? What does alphabet mean? Hide it in plain sight. So people would think they wouldn't even make it that obvious, because that would be stupid, because it would be just too obvious. So they make it just totally obvious. Alphabet. Ghost Cadger says he doesn't know. I don't believe you, Ghost Cadger, because surely you must know, because you were immediately there when I turned on my live stream. So you must be some sort of government agent or an intelligent AI engine. Come on, Ghost Cadger, you must know what I mean. You're playing with me now. Alphabet. What does the alphabet mean? What's the alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, Q, L, M, N, O, pedophile. Yeah. What does alphabet mean? Yeah. What does it mean? Alphabet. A, B, C. It means using the letters of the alphabet. The letters of the alphabet. What do the letters of the alphabet mean to the American government? Well, funding projects, Jonathan says. They say it's for funding projects. Oh, God. 5 pints, mate. 5 pints, and I am yours. I am totally yours. Yeah. Okay. It's for funding projects. No, not quite. You're very close. Don't worry. You're really close. No, it's not. It's not pissed. The American government is not pissed, Ghost Cadger. Right? I might be slightly half gone, but it's not pissed. The American government is not pissed, I assure you. Right. Let me see if I can coax you in the right direction here. I don't know if you really know what I'm talking about, but let's see if we can get this right. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about intelligence. Okay. And I'm going to have to do 10 seconds delay here. Intelligence. Think of intelligence agencies to do with the American government, right? Give me some names of intelligence agencies to do with the American government. Okay, forget Britain. Okay, just American government. Give me some names of American agencies. 10, 9, 8, 7. Breathe. Give me some American agencies. Gary McGuinness. What the fuck? Horace dude. Mirage men. Mirage men. Intelligence agencies. They're not. I'm not talking about things, you know, I'm not talking about movies or documentaries or, yeah, FBI. Exactly. FBI. What does that stand for? Foreign Bundesbank indisposed. Yes. What does that stand for? CIA. What does it stand for? What do they stand for? Give me the long terms. Give me the long terms. Foreign burden of insolvency. Clematis indispose arachnophobia. What do these things stand for? Yeah. What do they stand for? Yeah. I'm just trying to get your. Come on. We've got 3 people here now. NSA. Well, I've kind of, yeah. Google. I've already said it. I said it earlier on, so I'm going to repeat it. The Google is the NSA. Yeah. Google is the NSA. Yeah. You may deny it. They may deny it. They've got whole stories, whole reams of stories, and layers upon layers of long-term bullshit to kind of convince you that they are not what they appear to be, which is obvious. Yeah. Jonathan says, correct. Federal Bureau of Investigation. Okay. Do you know your history? Right? Do you know your history? What did the FBI do in the 70s and 80s when they wanted to find out who were kooks, terrorists, foreign agents, spies, nasty guys that you wouldn't trust? Who did they employ, or what did they do to find out who were the possible insurgents? Google is hiding the truth, says Ghost Catcher. Yeah, they do. They delete things. They delete pages. They promote certain pages and they hide other pages, but they're just doing that for money and advertising revenue. Honest. Yeah. Okay, so they're promoting certain things and they're hiding other things. Okay, it's just money. That's easy to understand. It's money, advertising, yeah, whatever. Right, okay. FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, says Jonathan. Right. What did they do in the 70s and 80s to try and root out terrorists? Yeah, Jonathan says, I would guess phone tapping and baiting people out somehow. Yeah, that's cool. Yep. You know, honey traps, baiting. Jonathan says baiting, honey traps. You put a little piece of information. You go, oh, there's a thing here, and people will come flocking to it and trying to get into it, and then you'll be able to watch them and find out who they are. Baiting. Jonathan, you're on the right track there. You're on the right track. Just go with that. Come on, everyone. Come on. Up your game. Jonathan's halfway there. How would you find how to bait? If you put some sort of magic thing, you know, some magic snuff pot full of magic snuff, finding your IP address. Well, DARPA invented the internet, didn't they? Right? In order to control military stuff, and then it got invented, and then it went out to the universities, and then it became the world. So they could give information to the world, but they could also find out who you are and what you're doing and what you're looking at. Yeah. So if you ever try to hack the military, they'd be able to find out who you were straight away. Yes. So yeah, Ghost Catcher or Ghost Catcher. Yeah. Finding your IP address. Yeah. IP address is just the first tier of the rainbow. Yeah. Okay. IP address is first tier. Yeah, there's a lot of deeper ways to find out who you are and where you are and geographically who you are beyond your IP address. Okay, I'm not going to go into it now. It's technical, you know. Mac, and we're not talking Apple Macs, and we're not talking fucking geo fucking sync systems, and we're not talking about oh my god, can't get this frigging thing open. Oh, they're such bastards when they... No, see? Come on. Hints, folks. How would they know what you're doing? Okay, let's go back to Jonathan. Jonathan is correct. Federal Bureau of Investigation. What did they used to do? The library systems. Clue. Library systems. Okay, I won't keep you guessing, right? Books, libraries, information prior to the internet. Okay? If you wanted to find out something, you either had to ask somebody and they would tell you, or you would go to a library or a university and a professor or a book, and you would look it up and you would find out what you were looking for. So guess what? The universities and the libraries were all linked to a system in the FBI. Ghostcatcher says it's what rich people sniff. I assure you, this is very cheap. Very cheap. So it's not what the rich people sniff. I think the rich people sniff caviar and gold dust. I'm not kidding there, actually. The rich people do actually sniff gold dust. Yeah. Because it prolongs your life. But it's very expensive. It's what the apparently was what the ancient Egyptians used to do. What's it called? White. Not white gold. It's white something. Forget it. But it's called white something. Anyway. Right. So nobody's come back to me so far. So okay. You can find out information. Say, I want to find out about this or that or secret or weird or whatever. Who do you ask? Who do you ask? If you're living in the 1970s, who do you ask? Well, you've got the television, haven't you? You've got the television and, you know, the Outer Limits and silly little documentaries here and there, which are obviously pretty crap. Or you can read a book by an author who's possibly somebody who's, you know, very clever on the subject. An embed, or if you know what embed means, embedded, yeah, or you can possibly go and look up a book which is a factual book on a subject, or you can look up a research paper from a university, or you can go and speak to somebody from a professor or a doctor or somebody who does research, or you can go and knock on the door of the government and they'll tell you, we don't know what you're talking about, and then they'll put you on a file and say, this guy's asking too many questions, right? But where do you go and look for information when you're in the 70s and 80s when the internet didn't exist? Where would you go for information? Where would you go? Come on. Counting down from 10. Where would you go for information? Yeah? Grandma? Mummy and daddy? You'd go to the library and ask the librarian, says Jonathan. You might, indeed. I think he's close. Maybe I kind of hinted too much. Ghostcatcher says, I tried to do hacking, but they found me. Well, of course they would, because they're about 30 years ahead of you. They invented the system of the internet in order to catch people like you, because you were learning, you were new, you didn't know what you were doing. So therefore, what you do is you don't learn to hack on the internet, you learn to hack, then you go on the internet. And Jonathan says, I also think the alphabet is something to do with A, B, C, D, starting letters, he says. A, B, C, D, alphabet. A, the first letter in the alphabet. I assume, I'm not sure, but this is what we know as the Phoenician alphabet. Phoenician, you know, phonetics, A, B, K, D, E, F, G. Yeah, 27 letters, and Russians have different, you know, but it's basically the idea of phonetics is you link a letter, a numerology or a number or a letter with a sound. So 1 might be A, and 2 might be B, and C might be 3. Okay. So you can link these things together, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then you can kind of code the internet. You can create numerology, like the Jewish and the Hebrews with their systems of magic and their systems of numerology, and one might say it the Bible code, and maybe Rosicrucian stuff. Maybe what do they call it now? Anybody got any ideas what the Jewish Kabbalistic? He says like categories of books and ghost. That's Jonathan. Ghostcatcher says, what do you think of the future? The future, I live in the now. I don't live in the future. The future is yet to be created. And yeah, I try not to live in the past too much because, hey, that just holds you back. So what do I think of the future? I think the future is always the way I will go, which is not where they want me to go. That's what the future represents to me. So it will always be the wild card. It will never be what I'm expecting. It will be what is open to the possibilities. Okay, so what was the Jewish Kabbalistic magic? What was that kind of thing all about? Anybody got any names or ideas? I'm not saying I'm not even saying this is where I'm going to go with this, right? I'm just saying, kind of, anybody got any names or bits and pieces? When was it the last time I turned into a wolf? Daniel Robb says, I'm glad there's some people who actually watch my channel. It's funny, actually, because even though I've got some sort of spot there, spot or zit, even though some people do watch my channel, I assume that most people aren't actually watching my channel and don't take any notice of it at all. And I'm really surprised. So Daniel Robbs, as long as you're not an artificial intelligent agent, then I am very impressed of what you are saying. Thank you very much. Because you're somebody, well, somebody I actually really, I'm not going to name drop. I'm not going to name drop. Is this a piece of shit on my face? Hang on a second. Hang on. There's a big zit on my bloody nose, and I'm just like, look at this, right? I used to have a mirror that was like this size, and I said, I smashed it. I dropped it on the floor. My dad said, you can have this one. Why didn't you have this one? And I'm like, Dad, this is just like over 9,000. This mirror is just so big that I can't believe it. But hang on. Now that's weird, because to me, that spot is hardly noticeable, but on my camera, it's like a big bloody black spot. Isn't that mad? It's this camera. It's this camera. Right. Anyway, so there we go with the lens. So I haven't smashed that one because it was on my bed. Dog's woken up and gone, why are you throwing things on the bed? Right. Where was I? Jonathan says the Alphabet Agency. So I'll take that as a hint, and we will go with that. The Alphabet Agencies, yes. The Jewish Kabbalah, which I ain't big on these things. I think it's all bollocks. It's all been borrowed and written up and made out to be bigger than it is. Magic, Kabbalism, numerology, spooky, ooh, we know more than you. You need to come to our secret society to find out our secrets. And it's like, the more they big these things up, the more they kind of get you interested. And it's like, what's the big secret? 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 And is it going to be so impressive? You give your life earnings, you give you all your energy. What's the big secret? What is the big secret? Apparently, I mean, for the Freemasons, the big secret at 32nd, 33 degrees or something is that you open a curtain. Oh my God, ready, right? Open the curtain, right? Open the curtain. Do you know what the big secret is? Anybody? I'll give you 10 seconds, right? Do I fancy Johnny Depp? He's quite cool, but only because he did the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I wouldn't fancy him otherwise. That was quite a cool movie because it depicted drugs quite well. What is the big secret that is being revealed by the Freemasons? Right, come on, you got 8 seconds, 7. What's the big secret at about the 32nd or 33 degree with the Freemasons that they reveal to you? They reveal to you, you've gone all this way, you spent all this money, you've learned all these secrets, you've recited and revised all these fucking things, and you've stood out there with these people watching you, and you've been really panicky, and oh, hello, sir, I'll stand on one leg, and sir, Grand Worshipful Master, I will do. What's the big secret? What's the big fucking secret? What's the big secret? Yeah, just for the Freemasons. Okay, we'll go on to Scientology. We'll go on to the, Universal Life Church. We'll go on to the Catholic Church. What's the big secret at the end of the Freemasons? What's the big secret that's actually worth all this money, time, and effort? Anybody? Sorry, I wasn't coughing for effect there. I'm just coughing. But what's the big secret? We are all slaves to technology. Well, that's recent, Technology is recent. They didn't have that a long time ago, 2,000 years ago, when they invented Freemasonry. Says Ghost Catcher. What's the big secret? What's the big secret? What's the big old secret? Oh, sorry. Oh, what's the big old secret? What's the big old secret? Anybody got any ideas? And no, I'm not putting this on the screen to kind of give you a clue. No, it's not H.P. Lovecraft. It's something to do with aliens. Well, of course, it's always been to do with aliens, because what are aliens? Aliens are the gods. Aliens are bigger than us, so therefore they must be worshipped. Oh, aliens. I am not worthy. I am not worthy. I am not worthy. But the aliens, whatever they say, must be true, because I'm not worthy. They could tell me that black is white, white is black, the moon is made of cheese, my fucking dog is actually worthy of worship and should be worshipped as a god. I am not worthy. My god is the dog, or my cow is the god. Yeah, but don't get confused. What is the secret of the Freemasons at the 32nd or 33rd degree? I think you're going to have. I know you. If you don't know this, you're not going to be able to Google it in time, because you're going to have to read it. Yeah, you're going to have to read it. So you ain't going to be able to Google this in time. Daniel Robb says it's a matter of perception. True. I believe in bubble reality, i.e., what is right for you is not right for somebody else. We all live in our own sort of reality. Kind of converges with everybody else's reality to conform to a general consensus reality, but I'm not talking about consensus reality. I'm talking about what a religious pseudo cult organization. Dog's bored of this now. Dog's like, you bore me, you fucking bore me. Where are my treats? You fucking bore me. You're shouting, you're talking, you're not talking to me. You're talking to the camera and you're boring me. And she's gone, look, watch his face. Look at the face. Ready? What's that face say? What's that face say? That face says, you don't care about me. You care about a camera more than me. Come here. Come on. I'm sorry. I'm shouting and I'm gesticulating and I'm being a prick. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Let's give my dog a bit of time. Let's give my dog a bit of love. Yeah. Let's give my dog a bit of love. And breathe. Hey, puppy, I haven't got any more treats because I gave you the last one. What have I got for you? Not a lot, actually. I gave you all the treats. I'm so sorry. I think she gets a bit stressed when I'm talking to the camera, which is why she normally exunts the room. She does an Ausfahrt. Yeah, she ausfarts the room, which is German for exit. Ausfahrt, which I find quite funny because Ausfahrt is, of course, aus, which I don't know what the fuck that means, but fart means fart, which means like leaving, exit fart, you know, expulsion. And Ausfahrt means sort of like leaving, gone, begone, exit, you know. So ausu, what the hell, where does aus come from? Let me know in the comments if you know. Ausfahrt, but fart, even though, yeah, it's probably just a silly thing for me to suggest that fart means exit, because fart in German probably means nothing at all. But a fart is an exit. So it's Ausfahrt, which when you drive on German motorways, you have a something which is an entrance, and you have the, which I can't remember because it's boring, but you have an Ausfahrt, which is an exit. So to leave a building, to leave a motorway is an Ausfahrt, right? So an Ausfahrt or Ausfahrt is an exit. So I love language. I love how these things crisscross and kind of suggest but aren't. Anyway, so she is bored because I'm shouting, which means like I'm trying to get her attention, but I'm not looking at her or doing anything or giving her any treats. So she's going to actually, probably in a minute, if I keep ignoring her, she's going to Ausfahrt the room. Yeah. So where was I? Kabbalistic magic. What was I? Which bit did I miss there? Right. Freemasons. Let's just read the comments. See if you got it. We are sole slave to. Ghostcatcher says we are all slaves to technology. Daniel Robb says it's something with aliens. Ghostcatcher says again it's the alien in human form. Daniel Robb says it's a matter of perception. Ghostcatcher says, what are them passes behind you? What are them passes behind you? Yeah. Don't quite get the grammar and English and that, but what are them passes behind you? What, are you seeing something behind me, or are you talking in a metaphorical sense about things that passes behind me? Daniel Robb says, I hope she didn't glass her paws in Whitchurch. No, she's good. No. When your dog has got good strong paws, right, like this, yeah, she ain't got no glass in those paws. And it's surprising actually, right, because even I was kind of worried. I was worried about taking my dog. Is it focused? All right, okay. I was worried about taking my dog into an exploration site that had glass on the floor. I don't know how they do it, but my dog, many dogs have done this, unless they're running around like lunatics, like in a frenzy, like going, ha, 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 yeah, and running around in circles, right? When dogs walk, they seem to have like a sixth sense. It's almost like their peripheral vision is looking for where they're walking. They're looking ahead, but they're also looking down. And in general, I have not noticed many of my dogs have actually managed to walk on glass or poo or various other things, but they will walk in water, which annoys me because they like to walk in water because they like to see it splash. But my dog can walk through an area where there is dog poop, and they will just go pop, 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 and they'll walk around it. It's almost like it's automatically, they don't walk in the dog shit, whereas I, looking straight ahead, I can't see the dog shit. I will end up walking in the dog poo and get dog poo on my paws, i.e. my shoes. Funnily enough, dogs don't seem to be able to do it, or don't do it. They have a natural ability to not step in poo. So their brains are obviously developed to see ahead and down, and they don't seem to walk in their own or other dogs' poo. And I don't know how they do it. It's fascinating, but so far, none of my dogs have ever managed to cut themselves on glass, and they've never managed to step in shit, dog shit, or whatever, to the point where I've had to clean them off and clean their paws off. The only thing my dogs have ever done, tell me if you have different experiences with this. My only thing my dogs done have is because they poo walk in sometimes happens yes. So yeah, if that makes any sense. It's weird. They like to walk in water and splash around, but they don't seem to walk in naughties and number twos, and they don't seem to do that, which is weird, because if I wasn't looking down carefully at the floor, I would walk straight through that stuff. They seem to have either a sixth sense or a natural downward vision, so they can see ahead and down. And even though some people said to me, don't let your dog walk in these places because of the glass, I would counter that and say, I've never actually had a dog that's become seriously cut on the paws with glass. Even though I'm worried about it, I've never had a dog walking along with blood streaming out of its paws because of glass. And I've never had to pull ever glass out of a dog's paws. And I don't know how they do it, because they're walking along like this. Sometimes they're sniffing, because dogs are very nose central, so they sniff. But they can walk and avoid. And literally, real time, they can do it with, just walk. And their paws are walking around the glass. I don't know what it is, but I've kind of come to realize, and I'm fairly confident, that it's okay to take dogs in places where there are things you wouldn't want them to step in, like glass. They seem to avoid it. They're very, very clued up about this. And I'm worried about it. I'm sensitive to it. I try to avoid the glass bits in places myself. And I'm even thinking about getting these little mitts that people talked about, putting mitts on, like they say, the fire service and the police service, and sometimes even the husky pullers. The husky pullers have these things on because the dogs are walking 24/7, and it can get their paws quite irritated. I've never worried because I've never had a problem. My dog has never gone plonk, oh, and I've gone oh ho ho, and I've had to pick something. Never had to do it. I don't know what it is. Anyway, right, let's read. Daniel Roberts says, smiley face. Jonathan says, an exit of gas. Daniel Rob says, this is gold. Okay. Ghost Catcher says, on the light switch. Not sure of the context. Bubbly Blindy. Oh, we got 7 people. My God. 7 people. Crop circles. Oh, Bubbly Blindy says hello from the sunny shores of New Zealand. Hey, New Zealand. I really like New Zealand. If I was able to, I would love to go and live in New Zealand, because it's mightily pretty and mightily quaint, and the people are very friendly. And if I'm not mistaken, it is actually just a genuinely nice, clean, wonderful, exciting, visually amazing place to be, unless I'm mistaken. And who wouldn't want to live in New Zealand? So yeah, well done to you. Yeah, I'd love to go back there. I went there once. I couldn't afford to go there. I was paid to go make a crop circle there, and it just blew my mind. It blew my mind. And I can see why they made Lord of the Rings there, because it's something else. So New Zealand, yeah. Australia looked a bit more boring. I flew for like 10 hours across Australia. Looking out the window, it was like flat. Flew over New Zealand, it was like Ooh. Oh my God. Oh my God. And when you get on the ground, it was like, oh my God. 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 So yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah, that one. Yeah. It certainly pumped me up, that one. So hello to New Zealand. Where are we? Crop Circle says Brady Alex. I can't remember what I was talking about now. I can talk for fucking Europe. So I will decimate several subjects and then forget where I'm at. Alex Brady says 4'2". So for those that have been following this and haven't had a drink tonight and can follow several subjects at once, 4'2" might mean something that I should probably be getting, but I will many years from now when I watch this video again. Ghostcatcher says, I have a pug dog. Pug dogs are very cute. I like pug dogs. You know, there's nothing wrong with a bit of squashed up face from genetic distortion. It's cute. As long as they can breathe and they're not struggling and they're not going to have a diminished lifestyle. Pug dogs are actually quite cute. They're actually quite cute. Oh, and here we go. Controversy. Bubbly Blindy said, I had a bulldog. She would often make me walk into extreme dog flatulence. Oh, her flatulence. So she'd drop a fart and then make you walk into her fart. Yeah. I think dogs are interested in poo smells and farts and things. You know, they're obviously they smell each other's arses, but I believe anybody got an idea what that noise is? Clues? I'll tell you in a minute. What's that noise mean? It's going to go for about a minute. I can't do anything about it. What does that noise mean? It's not a fire alarm. It's not a fire alarm. Okay, don't worry. It's quite loud. It's a warning message, but it's nothing serious. It's just a kind of light warning message. Okay, I'll give you a clue. Computers. IT. What's that message you're getting there? Okay. Daniel Robbs, I hope you can hear me here. Daniel Robbs says, have I obstructed any speed cameras lately? Goodness gracious, you must be a loyal viewer to know that I did do a lot of stuff with speed cams in the past, some of which I probably can't talk about it on this channel. I might talk about it on my deathbed, but shh, sorry, folks. Come on, shut the fuck up. There we go. Here we are. I assume that's about a minute. It's a warning message. So Ghostcatcher says alarm clock. Nope. I'll give you some clues. It's a warning message. It's to do with IT and computers. And it's trying to tell me something to do with IT and computers. And it's warning me that there is a failure. There's something failed. Now, your computer doesn't normally bleep at you like that, does it? It doesn't go beep, 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 beep. Windows error, beep, 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 beep. It doesn't do that. So it's not my computer. A clue. It's not my computer that just went beep, 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 beep. Something connected to my computer just went beep, 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 beep. What do you think that could be? It's not my computer. It's something connected to my computer that went beep, 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 beep. And I'll give you another clue. It's something that my computer is happier having there and keeps my computer happier. But it's going beep, 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 beep. Something my computer maybe relies on or is much better off having. My computer is much better. It says the firewall. Ghostcatcher says Guinness. No, this is cheap Hatherwood from Lidl's. £2.50 for 4 cans. You can't get cheaper than that, which kind of makes a mockery of the fact that everybody else is charging £5 to £10 for a couple of cans of bottled fucking beer. Bulldog fart alert. No, I haven't got a bulldog, so it wouldn't be a bulldog fart alert. Yeah, let's go back up and have a look. You have obstructed any speed camera vans lately? No, I haven't, but I'm glad to say that I know some people who have. I haven't, because it puts you in a little bit of danger of being arrested, and you have to kind of, ride it out and kind of tell the police why you're kind of not obstructing a speed camera, but actually you're just, doing things that might be obstructing it, but you're going to move on as soon as you can. But no, that was never my intention. Never, officer. I would never do a thing like obstruct a speed camera. Yeah, you have to kind of be box clever with that one. But no. So anyway, Ghost Catcher says, what would you do if I won the lottery? Well, first thing I would do is I wouldn't boast about it, and I wouldn't tell anybody. And this is because I've actually known people who've won the lottery. And it's all well and good to win the lottery, but if everybody knows you won the lottery, then somebody is likely to tell the tax man, or somebody is likely to tell a lot of people who are going to either harass you, try and get the money off you, steal the money off you. So I think the best thing you can do if you can win the lottery is to probably keep it to yourself. Maybe go a little bit off grid, but don't make it too obvious, because you don't want it to go away. So I wouldn't tell anybody. If I won the lottery, the first thing I'd do is actually pretend like nothing had changed, because you just don't need that sort of attention. And whether it's people thinking you're going to buy them free meals and free drinks, which is not a problem, you've got to be careful, because if you win the lottery, if you keep on spending money like water, it's not going to last that long. I think your best bet if you win the lottery is to either save it in a bank, which would be a stupid thing to do. Do you know why it would be a stupid thing to put your lottery savings in a bank? Because if you put in the UK, certainly over £10,000 in the bank, it automatically triggers a message to the police. Yeah. If you put more than £10,000 in savings into the bank, the police are automatically notified that you've got lots of money, and they will either come and ask you questions about that, or they will ask a lot of other government departments to ask you the question of, why have you got this money? And you think that's bullshit? It ain't bullshit. Trust me, it ain't bullshit. I guarantee you, on a postage stamp, it's true. Yeah. I would bet you the price of a packet of refreshers or cheesy Wotsits that is true, right? Because I know people who've been actually pulled up for putting large amounts of money into their bank, which was rightfully theirs. Next thing you know, they have a knock on the door from the police. Where did you get this money from, sir? Really? Yeah. You put large amounts of money into PayPal, they freeze your account. You put large amounts of money into your bank, they freeze your accounts. Because why would sheep? Why would idiots? Why would workforce? Why would the lower class have large amounts of money coming into their accounts? Why would you have money coming into your account? Whereas if you're rich, you can put £1 million into your account and it won't even blip the fucking radar. But if you're poor and you put a lot of money into your account, well, what's going on here, sir? You're not supposed to have a lot of money, and you have to justify where you got that money from. And in certain cases, if you can't justify where you got that money from, they'll take it from you. And until you can prove where you got that money from, they'll fucking keep it. Trust me, seen it happen. I haven't got the t-shirt, but I know people who have. If you can't prove where you got a large amount of money from, £10,000 is not a large amount of money. You could sell a car and get 10 grand, yeah. But you know, if you get £10,000 and put it in the bank, you're going to get a knock on the door. Unless, of course, you're rich, in which case you will have exceeded these barriers and therefore you can put £1 billion in the bank and they wouldn't even question it because you're so elite. Yes, but no, right. Okay, Ghost Catcher. If you lived to 20,099, what would you do? Well, if I lived to 20,099, in which case I'm 47 now, so that would mean 89 years of age. Correct me. So if I can make another 89 years of age, what would I do? Well, what I would do is definitely renew the technology that got me the age limit that got me to 2099. I would definitely be invested in that company and be providing lots of funding for more research to get me to 2199. As long as I don't have to become a vampire, which is the sci-fi way of getting to live a long age. And the dog is going like, you're fucking talking shit, Matt. The dog often does this. Watch this now. The dog is saying like, have you got any fucking treats or are you just going to keep talking shit? Right. But my dog is very clever because out of all this talk I can be doing, I can be talking, and she's looking at me like, yeah, what? She can even be asleep, right? Totally asleep, eyes closed. I can be talking, I can be making noise. She could be going. If I mention the word Tango, Romeo, Echo, Echo, Tango, if I mention Tango, Romeo, Echo, Echo, Tango, she will wake up immediately. But she's listening for this sea of noise, like a waves of, foam and, foam and sea noise of the waves washing against the shore. And out of all that noise, she can hear in amongst the bullshit and the fucking bollocks and the crap and the treat. Yeah. And she'll hear that treat. See, she'll hear that. She'll know and she'll wake up and then she'll go, thank you very much. Yeah. Much like 120 frames a second and pigeons, if you know what that means. But anyway, time is relative. Time is relative. Not all animals experience the same time as humans. Humans have a limited time frame. Other animals live and experience life in a different time frame. So what is time? If one can slow down time, then we can live for hundreds of years, perceptibly. Maybe not physically, but perceptibly. And maybe a pigeon, which lives about 9 or 10 years, experiences a life of 70 years. Maybe a dog that has in what they call human years. I think it's 1 to 7, is it? Yeah, 1 to 7 years. So a dog that lives 10 years is effectively living 70 years because they experience time in a different way. A fly that you can't even swat, you can't swat it because it's up and gone. It's living life very quickly. So maybe even though it lives only a year or 2 years, maybe it lives 70 years in its life. So it's all relative. I mean, what is life? And what if I could live to 2099? If I could live to 2099 at the current speed I'm experiencing reality, what would I expect? Well, I would hope it wouldn't be the New World Order. I would hope it would be Brexit. I would hope it would be something like Star Trek Enterprise or The Next Generation. Maybe not Discovery, that's a bit dark. So I'd like to live in a Star Trek Enterprise universe, or a Star Trek Next Generation universe, or Star Trek universe. but I'm not sure whether I'd like to live in a Star Trek Discovery, because it's a little bit realistic, that one. So yeah, I'd like to live in a place that A, doesn't have discrimination against people, B, has discovered life on other planets and we're all kind of getting on together, C, doesn't have toilets on board the spacecraft, yeah, so nobody has to go to the toilet ever. Yeah, you know, how do they dispense with feces and urine on the Starship Enterprise in the Next Generation? Well, of course, they just teleport it out of you, don't they? They just teleport it. Nobody shaves and nobody goes to the toilet, because they just teleport the poops out of you and then they teleport that into space. Sorry, my nose is running a bit. Ugh. So yes, that's my theory on it, which I've never heard anybody say before. Tell me if this is a first. Am I the first? Probably not. Am I the first to suggest that the reason they don't go to the toilet in Next Generation or the original Star Trek is because they just teleport the poop out of your guts, right? Right. Okay. So let's have a look at the comments. Jack Dorr says, "Do you know the Grid Keeper, Matt? I have just been listening to him talk to Miles Johnson. I've heard the name Grid Keeper. I think he's a subscriber. But I don't know him personally, I don't think. Although he has commented to me and I've replied to him. He's just been listening on the phone to Miles Johnson. When was this light plane / UFO crash at Goodwood? I have no idea. I don't watch Miles's channel. And when I do, I'm usually not listening to the information. I'm just giggling. Bless him. I probably should be listening to more, because yea be he who thinks he knows it all. Yeah. The cocky skeptic will one day find out that the black goo and the X-Files black oil and James Casbolt and Barry King and Peasmore and all this stuff was actually true, and I was the fool. Yeah. Maybe. But maybe not. Oh. I actually think it's good to be proven wrong, and I believe that if one is humble, you should wish to be proved wrong, because the scientific principle says that science is just theories, and science wishes to be proven wrong to get more right. So I like to think along that lines, that even though I have theories and I have ideas that I choose to be I goose to be Moven, I schmooze to be Beethoven, wrong, but I'm probably right because I'm that fucking arrogant. But it's good to be proven wrong, because that's the way we learn. Yeah. And you shouldn't take it badly. You should always take it on the chin and say, hey, just because I thought three-wheeled cars would be good, or, you know, let's think of something prosaic here now, on the go. Humans would be better off with no legs and be able to just bounce on their arses across the ground. That would be much better than having legs, because at least that way then you wouldn't have to use toilet paper, because your arse would always be permanently clean because of being scratched up by grass and gravel. Yeah, that's you know, so maybe that would be better. Maybe that would save the planet and stop having to cut down so many trees or recycle so much crap, because if we had no legs and we had to bounce, then we wouldn't have to wipe our asses or have somebody else wipe our asses for us. And yeah, so along those lines, yeah, those are the types of things that come into my head when I watch Miles's channel, because it's just so far out there. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. And you know, even though I've taken the mickey out of Miles, and I've taken the mickey out of lots of people in the past because it seems too far-fetched, one day I might be very, very mistaken and wish I'd never said those things. Who knows? Who knows? But maybe it's down to the presentation. Maybe it's down to the quality of the presentation and the lack of kind of investigative journalism, or lack of kind of I don't know, investigative journalism, or lack of interest to even ask one fucking question about whether or not these things could be plausible. I prefer to say massive claims require massive proof. They may be real, these things may be real, but without massive proof, real can just sit on the back burner, and I'll just go with what I know for now. And the back burner can come to the front burner when I get some sort of minor proof, and hopefully massive proof. Yeah, but I always keep what I hear in you know, this crazy stuff that I consider crazy or laughable, which is rude. You know, I don't want to diminish these people's experiences, but yeah, sometimes you have to kind of take everything with a pinch of salt and go, okay, yeah, I kind of, but I'm not gonna dismiss it all, because one day I could be wrong. Yeah, right. Anyway, I need to blow my nose, get some more snuff in there. I'm reusing bits of tissue now because I haven't got any tissue paper up here. And I would love to have some new tissue paper, because I'm really running out. And it's going to get serious. Right. I was thinking it might be fun. I thought this when I started. Do you know, 1 hour and 12 minutes ago, I thought it'd be a really fun experiment. Instead of hearing me talk, and instead of me bouncing back and forth and reading these comments, that I would invite somebody to give me a call, or I'll give them a call, and we'll get them on, and they can just talk to me and ask me live whatever the fuck they want to. Yeah. Dog is now panting. Watch. Dog's now panting, right? Okay, dog people, why would the dog be panting? Is it because it's hot in the room? No, I turned the heating off earlier on. I'm a little bit cold, actually. I could probably do to put something on to keep warm. Why is the dog panting? Anybody got any ideas why dogs pant? Any ideas? Based on current theory of dog psychology, why do dogs pant? Yeah, is it because they're hot? Yeah, but I'll give you my idea why the dog's panting when you tell me in the comments why you think the dog's panting. So anyway, right. Anyway, would somebody like to come on the channel live with a voice and be heard on the channel and ask me questions and give me I don't care, give me a fucking hard time. I don't even need to know who you are, real names. I don't want to know. Just give me whatever you want. Love, hate, shit, stress, troll, whatever. Yeah, don't need to know who you are. Just give me. How can I do this without? Because you're gonna have to put it publicly. Send me your telephone number to. I'm going to put it in the comments now, right? This is my normal thing, right? And I'm going to pick one. Hang on. It's Truth C at, it's double E, TRUTH, at gotadsl.co.uk. Okay, it's in the thing. Send me if you wish to be. I will ring you on a landline because I probably can't sort out Skype now. Possible, but maybe not. It's easier if I do it with landline because it's just technically not a challenge. I'll ring you. Don't want to know who you are. Yeah. You don't even have to give me a real name, but you can just badger me and speak to me shite and keep this going. Okay. So let me just check my mail over the next couple of minutes and let's see if I can get somebody, and I'll ring you back. Don't even need to know who you are. You can tell us who you are if you want to. That's entirely up to you. Don't need to know. Don't need to know. But let's just make this weird and see whether we can get some piss-taking arsehole who's gonna rip me a new fucking black hole. And yeah, I just thought it would be a good idea. But see, I've waffled on so much as I can. I could just talk for hours. I can just talk and talk and talk and talk. Who's up for it? Who's game for this? Come on. Ghost Cadger's now got like string of smileys, but no telephone number. So okay, but I did say send it to my email address, right? Send it to the email address. If something comes through, I'll give you a ring. I'm not going to reveal your telephone number, and I don't want to reveal who you are. You don't have to reveal who you are. All anonymous, and just talk. And let's see what you've got to say for yourself. Let's see whether you can carry it, because I mean, you know, I've got to carry this shit with absolutely nothing to say. Nothing at all to say apart from waffle, 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 waffle. Let's see if you can pick it up and either pique me for new 10-minute segments, or whether you've got something interesting to say that I can bounce off. Let's see whether you go for it. Come on. Come on, it's going to be a bit of fun, isn't it? Oh, hello. Hello. No. Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay, I'll come back to it in a minute. I thought somebody sent me one through then. Where am I? This live streaming on YouTube is interesting because I get the comments back over here, but I got to be really careful not to touch anything on this screen, because earlier on I started the live stream and I pressed something and it stopped the live stream. I lost all the comments, I lost the live stream, I had to start it again. So I'm just trying to be a bit careful here. Channel, mine is Clockwork Orange, says Sharon Lerner. Right. Okay. Oh, let me go back up. I'm going to read some of the comments. If I lived to 2099, what would I do? I think I'll be around because I believe in life after death. And I certainly believe in you know, the spirit world. I know it's twee, and a lot of people are like, that's just an old-fashioned way of getting used to the idea of dying, so you feel better when you die. I don't care. If it is, then I'd rather have either a kind of insurance policy or a lot of alcohol as I'm going down. If you consider that religion or spiritual belief or whatever, I'd rather be happy rather than going yeah, okay. So I mean, I've got my towel. Where's my towel? Have I got a towel? No, I haven't got a towel. I've got a towel over there, and that is, you know, as you would know, you always need your towel. And yeah, I don't know. Life has told me, and experience has told me that we don't know what's out there. We don't know, even though we think we know, we don't know. And scientists would like to say we're working out pretty much, but they don't know. They don't know. Nobody really knows. Even those that say they really know, they don't know. And the worst of the bunch are religions, because they say we know. They really don't know. Okay, what I like to live in is in a state of not knowing. Right? I don't know what's going to come, but what I do know is that I have had enough weird experiences in my life to tell me that I don't know. So not knowing means I would rather feel a bit happier about going into the unknown rather than being scared going into the unknown. So if that inquires beer or requires beer, or if that requires psychedelic experiences, or if it requires lots of meditation, or if it requires not even knowing, like being knocked out and killed straight away, I would rather be in a state of clear mind or happiness, much like, stunning animals when you're going to kill them for eating the meat. I would rather just be either happy or bang, because I don't want to go on a holiday in a bad mood. You know what I mean? I don't want to go out like in a bad frigging mood. Yeah. So I reckon you got a better chance of, meeting your maker or creating your universal reality or going on through the universe and finding exciting things if you're not in a stupidly twisted shit state of mind. Whether you believe in aliens, whether you believe in afterlife, whether you believe in anything, what's the point of living life if you're not going to have a smile on your face when you actually end up fucked? So, as an insurance policy, I'm going to try and do things that make me kick the bucket with a smile on my face. Even if that smile on my face is actually not caused by happiness, it's caused by the fact that the truck that ran over my face actually stretched my face out like that. As long as there's a smile on my face, that's good enough. It might have been like this, truck. But when they looked at me, they said, oh, at least he died happy because his face was 10 foot fucking tall of like stretched skin and bladder parts. But at least it was a smile like that. So yeah, keep it sweet. Right, okay. So what would I do in 29? What would I do? What's the world going to be like in 2099? Are we going to be in a nuclear holocaust? I don't think so. Are we going to be in global turmoil because of global warming? I don't think so, because that's all bollocks. We will have found solutions to many of the things that are causing us worries now, will not be worries then, hopefully. And snuff. I think either I'm going to be forcibly uploaded into an artificial intelligence a la the Matrix, or possibly I would be willingly uploaded into some sort of artificial intelligence because it's what everyone else is doing and it's fashionable, and Apple have got a special deal on for like only £2,000 for a letter Z on a keyboard. Maybe or maybe I will be just uploaded into the universal intelligence, which is free of charge, open source, and has been there since the beginning of fucking time. Yeah, by just allowing my soul to go freely. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? It's an interesting question. If I lived to 29, what would I do? I don't know. I'd be probably preparing for what next. And if that means being happy, then I would rather prepare with a which makes me prepare. Yeah. Jack Daw says, if you know the Grid Keeper Matt, ? I have been listening to him talk to Miles Johnson. When is this light plane UFO crash at Goodwood? I think I read this one earlier on. I have no idea. I don't know about a UFO crash at Goodwood. I'm sorry, I'm just out of the loop. Sharon Lerner says, what's my favourite movie? I've got many. It depends. What state am I in? What mental state am I in? Is it a cinema movie where I go to the cinema and I watch it on the big screen in 3D, or or is it a small screen? My small screen is either this TV here, which is quite big. Hang on. It's pretty big. Right, it's pretty big. I've got a 3D 45 or 50-inch television, right? I don't always watch 3D, but it's okay occasionally to watch 3D. But it's just nice to have a big screen. And in my past, I had a, and I still do. I downstairs. I don't use it, but I've got a cinema size screen. Sit in front of it. It's big. Makes you move your head, which is good. Makes you interact with the action. You know, I like that. I used to be a projectionist, so movies are in my heart. I like that dark room, big screen, make you look around, big sound system, bong, get you, yeah, boosh, get you. That's what cinema's for. It's like a theatrical experience. It's like theatrical bang, yeah. But it depends. What movie would I like to watch? What's my favorite movie? It depends on the setting. So I could say there's different movies for different settings. What mood am I in? If I'm happy, I would like to watch one movie. If I'm depressed or cynical, I'd want to watch a different movie. So it's kind of a weird question. I'll try and answer it for a few different scenarios. If I want to watch a movie on the big screen in a high resolution, digital screens aren't that high resolution now in the cinema, but old school, big, high quality IMAX / 70mm movie that just blew me away. Blade Runner. It was amazing for its time. It still stands the test of day, but it has to be watched with a complete blank slate. You have to not go in with any preconceptions. You have to take it for what it is. And I think it's an amazing movie with special effects that still stand up to this day. I don't think you can't see the green screen. You can't see the cutouts. You can't see people cut out and stuck on green screens. It is a piece of magic. It's a piece of magic, you know, from that level. Yeah. But I'm going to have to go and get some tissue paper and blow my nose in a minute. But what would I be? Oh, there's so many. Right. I never saw it in the cinema because I was too young, but I've seen it on my big screen many times, and I've seen it drunk, sober, off my tits, and I don't know. I mean, I've just seen this movie so many times. It's got to be, you know, there's got to be something. I've shown it to people. I've said, you've got to watch this movie. And they're like, yeah, I've seen it. And I say, no, you haven't watched it properly. Dark screen, big screen. And I've also introduced people to watching it in various drunken states. And 9 times out of 10, it's brought forward some amazing, life-changing experiences for people because they've sat down and watched it properly. It might seem cheesy to some. Trust me, it isn't cheesy if you watch it properly. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, directed by Steven Spielberg. It's a masterpiece. Okay? And there is more going on in that movie than meets the eye. There's a load of subliminal stuff going on in that movie. Trust me, I could go over it, but I would rather have you hear and watch it and see what you tell me afterwards. And I say, yeah, you got it right, rather than me reveal all what I think here on the channel now, and then you confirm it to me later on. And I would go, oh, you just watched my video and you're just reconfirming. I'm always happy to see what people think. And yes, many times I've had confirmations. There is so much more going on in that movie than just what you see. It's a lot deeper. There are multifaceted layers and tiers to that movie, and it's great. I love it. So I'd have to say Close Encounters of the Third Kind still stands up to this day. It is a mind-blowing, life-altering, changing movie. Love it to death. Performances, direction, special effects, they still are up there. Still up there. Still up there. I defy anyone to say that those special effects aren't still up there. Brilliant. Yeah. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, sorry. Right. So let's check my emails. Let's see if anyone give me a secret telephone number. And if anyone has, I'll give them a ring back, because I'm going to need to go and get some tissue paper for my snuffy nose. Nah, there's no takers. No takers. Nobody's had the balls to give me a ring or give me their telephone number on truthc@gotadsl.co.uk. Yeah. So, okay then. Well, you can just keep talking to me on the comments. None of you got the balls. Come on. I saw something fall out of my nose then. It was a piece of tissue paper. Something fell out of my nose. Ah, something just fell over there. Something just fell over there. I got things falling. I think it's UFOs. I think it's Close Encounters of the New Kind. New Kind? Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Have any of you watched the new series called Project Blue Book? I like it. It's good for its own reasons, but you know what? I really like the 1970s television series called Project Blue Book, because it's just so bizarre. It's skeptical, and it's also very believable and promoting what if, it's skeptical, and then it spins it saying, what if the skeptics are wrong? I like it. It works really well. So the original Project Blue Book and the new series on Netflix, Amazon, or whatever, Project Blue Book, good also. And thankfully, I heard tonight it's been renewed for a second series, which is great news, because it would be really sad for a series like that to just like blow it out in one season and not really get to kind of some sort of conclusion. But trust me, go and have a look at the original 1970s Project Blue Book. When you first grasp it, it's like, oh my God, what's this cheese? Go with it. Trust me, go with it. And if you're a UFO investigator, if you've ever done any UFO investigations and met people and talked to people, you will resonate with this series. You will resonate with it, because the same type of things keep coming up. And yeah, great. It's good. But not everyone's going to understand that. But if you're a UFO investigator, or if you're heavily researching UFOs and the paranormal, and you watch this series, which is supposed to be and is highly skeptical, right? But in and amongst that skepticism is a what if. I love that. That is just the best. It's the best. Go and have a look at it. Right. Love Blade Runner, Sharon Lerner says. Cool on you. Have you seen it in 70mm? Did you realize the fire stuff at the beginning, when it opens, it goes down, now it's black, and it goes up, it starts to dissolve into fire going, and there's an industrial landscape. Does anybody know where that landscape is? That's a real place. Anybody know where that landscape of that futuristic landscape of all fire? Yeah, anybody got any ideas where that landscape is? Give me in the comments. I'll tell you if you're right. It's a real. Oh, hang on. Somebody's got my attention. Bubbly Blindy says, a movie that is foretelling of future events. Yes, Blade Runner. Yes, possibly. Bubbly Blindy also says, possibly not the gay Daleks. Unusual spelling, Daleks. White wee wee in the dark. Exterminate, exterminate, exterminate. Oh, God, I don't know. I think we need an interlude. Can you count to 10? 10. Whoa, hey, my trousers are falling down. My pants are on fire. Look, my trousers are falling down. And I've got my thermals on underneath, which was for a friend of mine, a personal friend of mine who was on the channel last night when I did a live stream. He said, I laughed my tits off because you tried to hide the fact that you have your thermal underwear on, which I always do because it's warm. You know, I like to have my thermal underwear on. Yeah, and he laughed his tits off. But now, look, I've got my unzipped. Because why would I want to sit down with zipped up tight bloody trousers on? Anyway, I have bliss. Watch this now, okay? For the Americans, I will turn away because the Americans are very offended by this, apparently. It's not the done thing, okay? Okay, ready? I'm going to turn away. Okay, ready? Americans, turn your sound off now, right? 3, 2, 1, turn your sound off now. Okay. You can turn your sound back on now, Americans. You won't be offended. I just did something that you don't like people to do publicly and have to, you know, hide it away like some sort of shameful event. So I'm told, I don't know this for certain, but so I'm told it's, you don't do that in public. Okay, so I just don't want to lose any subscribers, but I've got one thing was the, yeah. The second thing was now. Missile launcher for taking down Malaysian Airlines aircraft. Oh, and possibly refilling as required. Oh. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but when I do my the Secret Vault videos, I sniff a lot. And the reason that you get this is because I'm holding the camera here and I've got the microphone is very close. And in order to exclude wind noise and things like that, I hold the camera close and I speak at a normal level, but I speak close to the microphone. And then, of course, you hear me sniffing. And I have to stop doing this. But of course, the alternative is to put the camera away or turn it off. Go. For your Americans, I'm really sorry, okay? Okay, there we are. Yeah. Nothing to see here, right? Okay, and then I can do a bit more snuff, which will make my nose sniff a bit more, but I've got to stop doing that, so sorry. If you're wondering why I'm always going, that's because the snuff kind of makes you a little bit like that. Anyway, let's go back to the comments. Close Encounter of the Third Kind is... Oh, Close Encounter of the Third Kind always makes me want to eat mashed potatoes. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. But here's the thing. Have you seen, if you're interested in this concept of smashed potatoes, have you seen the extended edition of Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Because the mashed potatoes comes into it a lot more than I realized. And the extended edition of Close Encounter of the Third Kind, which has about 30 minutes of extra footage, it just fills in some blanks and just goes some places I never realized. In fact, you could probably say that what I was talking about with Project Blue Book and J. Allen Hynek comes in a lot more in the extended edition of Close Encounter of the Third Kind, much more than the cinematic release. There was 2 cinematic releases. There was the cinematic release, which was the extended. Then there was the cinematic release, which was reduced, which is the major release. You need to see the full, because it comes back into play a lot more with Richard Dreyfuss's character. And mashed potatoes and how he got to go where he went in the end of the movie. Yeah, there's a lot more fleshing out of that, that wasn't in the original. Well worth a look. I was shocked they took it out. I was shocked because it worked so well. And yeah, so if you think you've seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind, you may not have seen all of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. There's a little bit more in the middle, not at the end, but in the middle, that's worth looking at. So mashed potatoes, go for it. Yeah. 'Twas an encounter of the nostril kind, says Bubbly Blindy. Ghost Catcher says, where is the sniff sniff? Yeah, well, I've had it. Well, I've tried. I probably need to do some more now because I've blown it out. But anyway, I don't smoke. I don't smoke cigarettes, but for some reason, when somebody offered me snuff, which is tobacco, which this particular one is infused with eucalyptus, it just kind of like, just focuses you on it. Just brings it together. I don't know what it is, and I don't know what it is like to smoke cigarettes because I've never tried, but it just kind of makes you yeah. Bubbly Blindy says LA. Also says tissue break. Yes. Says now that he's gone off, I'm going to the fridge to get a porter. Porter? That's Cockney rhyming slang. He's going to get a porter. A porter. Portaloo. Porter. Porter. Snorter. Porter. Well, I have no idea what that refers to, but he's going to get a porter. Might be a type of drink. God, that was quick. 10. No, I counted. When I went downstairs, I got on to 10. By the time I got back up by 15 seconds, I was 10 seconds over what I said I was going to be. You blew out the real black goo. Yeah, brown goo, not black. Chin chin, I'm told. The porter is now I'm quaffing. Jack the Sipper goes very, very, very well with my creamy vape. I'm not sure about these vapes. Right. The first person who ever introduced me to vapes, right, was a very famous person who had more than one number 1 in the UK chart-topping song. Okay, and I used to know him through the crop circles, and because I'm a computer bod, which some people would deny, but then again, who hates apples to the death. Yes. But he said to me, you're such a know-it-all. And this is literally how he said it to me. He said, you're such a know-it-all fucker. You think you know it all, you Mr. Crop Circles. I mean, I'm exaggerating on the facial expressions, but he basically said, you think you fucking know it all. You do your computer programming and your graphics. And yeah. But I bet you don't know what this is. And I'm like, ooh. Sounds interesting. What's he got? And I was expecting some sort of meta metal, or some sort of weird shit. Yeah. And he said, let me just kind of see if I can get this for you on screen. Right. It's not going to be easy. Hang on. Right. Try this. Right. Okay. This will work. Right. He said, yeah, you think you know everything, Mr. Computer Guy, because I used to repair his computers and, friendly with various members of his family. He says, "You think you know what everything is, so but I bet you don't know what this is, do you?" And he went like this. He's like, and he had a good old smoke, and then he went and he blew out the smoke. I went, and he said, I said, "Well, not really." And he goes, "Yeah." "So you don't know everything then? What do you reckon then?" And he's like, and there's a little red light lit up on the side of it. And this was donkey's years before any of you know what I'm about to say. It sounds obvious to you now, right? There's a little red light, a little light, and if I remember rightly, there was a little light on the end of the thing. And I said, "Oh, well, obviously it's a light. It's some sort of electronic cigarette." And he went, yeah, but yeah. So what then?" And I went, "Well, is it some sort of cigarette that you kind of like you pretend to smoke that stops you smoking because you think you're smoking, so therefore you like biting my nails, you think you're smoking, so therefore but does it give you any nicotine?" He goes, yes, it gives me nicotine, and it's totally safe, and it's going to revolutionize everything, and I'm the first person anywhere in the UK to have one of these. And I'm like, "Really? No, nobody else?" He goes, yeah, no, nobody else has got these. He was correct. It took a few years before I starting to see other people with cigarettes that either lit up at the end or had little lights on them, or you smoked them but they never got shorter, and then they blew out loads of vapor, right? Well, that guy was Reg Presley of the Trogs, the lead singer of the Trogs. Now, I'm not name dropping. I'm name dropping. I'm not name dropping, right? I mean, basically, I knew his daughter and I got friendly with him, but he was always competing with me for like, "You don't know this and you don't know that." And a lot of the time when it was UFO stories and things, I knew stuff, but he was always like, "I know something you don't know." So when he showed me the cigarette, he was saying like, "I've got something you don't know." And I said, "Well, it looks like an electronic cigarette." He was like, yeah. Now, who said up there something? There was something about there. Sniff, sniff. I've kind of lost it now. Oh, you blew out the real black goo. That was what prompted this. Right. Okay. Reg said to me, he said, "Well, this is gonna basically stop me from smoking cigarettes, and therefore it's gonna help my lungs, and I'll be fucking living forever." Sadly, Reg did actually pass away, and the verdict was lung cancer. But I think you could say that as a chain smoker who'd smoked probably continuously, never seen without a cigarette in his mouth every time I ever met him. And that's okay. That's okay. That's what he chose to do. But he believed that at the end of it he could reverse it all by smoking vape cigarettes. Now, he may have extended his life quite considerably by smoking vape cigarettes, but having been a cigarette smoker before and substituting the vape cigarettes for the normal cigarettes, when ultimately it's the nicotine is a toxin. Sorry, nose running. Americans, look away. Right. I don't know. It probably extended his life quite a bit, because he'd been given some prognosis that he shouldn't be doing so much stuff with the cigarettes. And, it's kind of like, what do you do? What do you do? It's kind of like, so he started doing the vape cigarettes. But I think the damage was done. People in my own family have done exactly the same thing. They've the damage was done. You can kind of extend it. You can make your life a little bit better. But if you've really screwed up your lungs with smoke and, stuff, then the vapes are going to make it easier, take the edge off. But, it's going to kind of creep up on you. But I was interested because Reg was right. I hadn't seen electronic cigarettes before. He was the first person to show me an electronic cigarette. But he was wrong in believing that I wouldn't guess what it was, because I mean, bloody hell, it was a fucking cigarette with a bloody light on the end of it. What the hell else was it going to be? It's a Tesla cigarette, isn't it? It's a Tesla cigarette. What is it? What is it? I don't know. Ooh, I don't know. It's a Tesla cigarette. It's a cigarette that you don't have to light with a... Oh, God. So anyway, bless him. Miss him. He was a great guy, Reg. He was a really good guy. Good fun guy. But first guy I ever saw with electronic cigarette. And what was the point? He blew out the black goo. Well, yeah. This isn't good for you. Snuff, because it's nicotine, but at least it's not smoke into my lungs. So I may get nose cancer, and the nicotine in my system may not be great, but I may not get lung cancer. I might get cancer of the fucking clitoris, but I probably won't get cancer of the lungs. So yeah, there we go. Right, comments. Ghost catcher. A fine piss it is. I'm not sure what he's referring to. Ghost catcher says love is the key. Bubble Blindy says not Gary Glitter. Oh God. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Gary Glitter. I always love to laugh at the American Cockney liming blang of Gary Glitter. Is Gary Glitter means shitter, which means your arsehole. So if you say, up the Gary Glitter, it means up your shitter, up your arsehole. I kind of like that. It makes me laugh. But there we are. Bubble Blindy said, I started vaping 5 years ago. That's what I was going to say about vaping. The vape materials, everybody's saying, but are they going to find out in 25 or 50 years' time that vaping was probably as bad for you as smoking, or worse than smoking, or what? Because nobody's really tested or found out what's in the vapes, and the vapes are very amorphous. Like, one company puts this material in, there's no regulations on it, nobody's kind of got any ruling on it. The tobacco companies are even releasing these things. The chemicals are sometimes created in the UK and the EU. Sometimes the chemicals are created in China. Hair bear for me to say, near for me to say that China would ever produce any type of product that would possibly be less than wonderful for your natural health, and not containing contaminants, radioactivity, or poisons, or human fucking bodily fluids. God knows. I would never say that. Other people might, but I would never say that. I would never say that sort of thing. But yeah. But what I did learn the other day, as a matter of fact, because I was watching a channel called bigclive.com, is that vape, there's a company called Vape. This nostril is completely blocked now. This one's okay. I should stop doing this. It's going to block me up too much otherwise. You get to a point when you do snuff where your nose just becomes completely blocked and it's not really doing any good anymore. And then you have to use Otravine. Otravine. This is good stuff. If you don't know what Otravine is, look into it. If you've got a bad nose or a blocked nose or a cold, you go like this, right? Don't tip your head back, right? Otravine, little bottle, produces a spray. Watch. Yeah, produce a little spray. Go like this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, ready? Breathe out. Breathe in. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So I put 2 little doses of spray vapor up my nose. And this is a chemical hormonal messenger to your nostrils to stop inflaming. And within about 30 seconds, my nose will go click, 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 click. and I will be back to normal. Otravine's great. It really is great, but you don't go like this and drip it down your nose, and you can't overuse it. Don't overuse Otravine because it negates its effectiveness. So, but it is magic. It is like David Copperfield for your nose. So yes, magic, really good. It doesn't even taste. You can't even taste it. It's tasteless. Right. Bubby Blindy said, I DIY. I own my own GMO BioCert vape juice. Fantastic. That's right. Do you know what's in vape juice? It gets back to the point. Glycerin, which is glycerin, nitroglycerine, is explosive. There's a glycerin. I forget now. There's another 2 types of glycerin. One is an antifreeze, and trust me, if you drink just this much, ready? If you drink this much antifreeze, you like you put in your car, ready? If you drink this much, ready? Watch now, ready? You'll have liver failure or possibly die. Okay, so that is not a good substance. And there's glycol. That's right, glycol. Glycerine and glycols. I think there's. You're going to call me a prick now because I'm not a chemist. My dad's a chemist. I'm not a chemist. But glycols, glycerine, glycols. There's 2 types of glycols. They spray glycol on wings of aircraft to get rid of icing. You spray it in a little can to get rid of ice on your windscreen of your car. You pour it in concentrate into your radiator to avoid icing, which would cause expansion, which would the expansion of the ice as it freezes would destroy your radiator. So you use it as an anti-freezing agent, but it's also very deadly to a lot of forms of life. So there's hexylene, hexaglycol, or hexylene glycol. There's all sorts of glycols. But anyway, the point is that it's not something you want to fuck around with. And I believe propylene glycol is in vapes. It's kind of a smoke fluid. It's kind of what you find in smoke fluid. And there's some people say you can drink smoke fluid because it's so inert and so nice. You can drink smoke fluid. You put it in the smoke machine, you heat it up. You heat it up, it becomes smoke. You put it in a nightclub. It's safe. I've heard these stories. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. So glycol, or this methylene glycol or something like that, in these vapes, it's smoke fluid. But is it good? Not sure. But if they spray a similar substance on aircraft wings to de-ice them, and if you drink it neat, it will kill you. But it's okay to smoke it in via a vape. I think we're going to hear a veggie glycol. Oh, yeah, we go. Yeah, veggie glycol. Veggie glycol. We got 7 viewers and 6 likes. 2 hours. I should cut this off really. I do not use. Let me see if there's anybody who wants to come on a chat live. Anybody stupid enough? Here we go. Nope. No. Nobody's stupid enough yet. Who wants to come on a live chat? They just don't want me having the fucking telephone number. That's what it is. Like I'm going to ring them, giving them a hard time. I mean, I've got to be more worried than they have, really, about this situation. But anyway, okay. So Bubbly Blindy says, I like snuff. It's okay. It's just too much of it, and it can end up being blocking your nose, and then you have to do. There we are. Look, yeah. This one's a little bit still. I would say 90%. This one's 100% clear. See? Clear. I wouldn't have been able to have done that a little while ago, but this stuff is magic. Otrivine. I'm not sponsored to tell you this. I just know from experience. Kimosabi, speak too soon. Bubbly Blindy says, is there anyone apart from Emmy here? Me here. Then he says veggie glycol, so it's glycol, but it's hexylene glycol or something like that. PG polyglycol. So there's lots of different types of glycol. Are some safe? Are some not? Yeah. I do not use any polyglycol other than what is used to suspend the flavor essence. But the bottom line is, if you're vaping stuff, right, and you're using if you're using some sort of thing that's going to turn it into the vapor, i.e. smoke, and maybe the smoke is for effect, maybe you don't even need the smoke, because maybe the glycol is to give you the smoke so you feel like you're smoking a real cigarette, and poof, and you can boof it out and everyone goes, look at the amount of smoke. Yeah, maybe you don't actually need that. You don't maybe need that, but it's for effect. But they use that. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just putting this out there. I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing that maybe there's kind of a bit of like showmanship in this glycol needle or smoke. You know, like I say, where is it? Oh yeah, snuff, right? Apparently this costs about £3. £3 for a tin this big. One pinch, right, which is about that much tobacco, see, on both things. Tiny little thing, right? Oh, watch that. Lightly breathing in. To get it to about here. That is, according to what I understand, 2 cigarettes worth of nicotine. Yeah? That's 2 cigarettes. It costs £3. £3. There's no smoke. There's no other chemicals. There's no propylene glycol. But that is 2 cigarettes worth of nicotine for £3, and there's about 1,000 cigarettes for £3, or a couple of hundred to 1,000 cigarettes for £3 in that thing. Yeah. Bubbly Blindy says he doesn't do nicotine in his vape. Well, if he's not doing nicotine, he's only doing it for the flavor and the smell, and he's doing it for the you know, addictive qualities of putting something in his mouth. You know, he's like, you know, he's doing it for that. He wants to be seen to be smoking, seen to be cool, or he likes the smell of whatever, you know. But if he's not doing it for the nicotine, then he must be doing it for addictive reasons, or compulsive reasons, or social acceptance reasons, like he wants to be in a group and everyone else is smoking, but he's doing a vape. So, yeah, fine. I go with that. I can totally agree with that. That's fine. But if there's no drugs in it, if there's no nicotine or psychedelics or something in it, or, you know, whatever, then it's just for the kind of social thing, I would imagine. Please tell me how you feel about how you do it, Bubbly Blindy. But you know, I'm not anti it. He says flavor. So he says he doesn't do nicotine, but he's doing it for the flavor. So what's the flavor? Is it bubblegum flavor? Is it strawberry flavor? Is it this flavor? Is it that flavor? I mean, if it hasn't got nicotine, because nicotine tastes horrible, right? When this goes down my back of my throat, if I snort it too hard, it goes down the back of my throat. It tastes horrible. So what's he doing it for? Is it like just a hit of flavor of a certain type? Couldn't you just drink some strawberry in a thing? I don't know, which would give you, or drink some apple juice, or drink some, he says, coffees, creams, and candy fruits. The thing is, what are you getting addicted to? Are you getting addicted to the smell? Are you getting addicted to the flavor? Are you getting addicted to the action of doing it? Are you getting addicted to the propylene glycol? Don't forget, right? Don't forget that cigarette manufacturers, one of them, 75% of cigarettes, was not nicotine, was not plant product, was not, was not paper, was not, Rizzlers, was not, 75% of most cigarettes apparently is, anybody guess? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, begins with S, 5, 4, it's addictive, 3, 2, 1, lots of people do it, 1, makes your teeth go thing, yeah. Do you know what 75% of apparently of cigarettes is containing, which is an addictive substance and might go a long way to, with you add it to 7 and other addictive substances in a cigarette, is called sugar. So when you smoke a cigarette, the acrid smell you smell is not tobacco. The burning smell is sugar. You're burning sugar. Yeah, sugar. It's an addictive substance. So they add sugar to nicotine, to chemicals, to this, to that, the other. And you're smoking sugar. You're smoking fucking sugar. Wow. The chemical companies weren't stupid. They thought, let's get every addictive substance we can and we'll stick it in there, right? Well, sugar is not a million miles away, apparently, I understand, from propylene glycol and glycols. No, don't knock it. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it, Bubbly Blind. He says, don't knock it out, try it. He says he's 50. But I'm wondering, I'm not knocking it. I have tried it. And what I tried when somebody gave me a vape of some of their vape, which when I puffed it out, smelt of like candy and apples, and it was like, and it smelt great, but the vaping thing itself, which I think was actually nicotine, but I tried smoking once. Somebody gave me a cigarette. It's like, oh, what the fuck? That's horrible. That's horrible. When I vaped, it was cooler. It went in, and then I blew it out. It was like, right, okay. And when do I get the hit? When do I get the weirdness? When do I what? I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it, but I get a bit more from snuff than I did from that. Just as a comparison, I would say to you, don't knock it till you try it. Try some of this. Try some of this. You may get a bigger hit off the nicotine in that. Maybe you don't want to be poisoned by nicotine. But he says, okay, he says it's delish. At least I'm smart enough to DIY my own juice, so I know exactly what's in it. That's great. That's a good idea, because then you're not getting screwed over by China. You're not getting screwed over by, the cigarette companies who are trying to sell you the shit to like as an alternative to cigarettes. Yeah. He says he's not into nicotine. He's just said he's not into nicotine, but he's into it for flavors. So there's some sort of flavor going down. So maybe when he does it, if it's natural, maybe he's getting a little bit of strawberry or a little bit of apple each time. Maybe it's like having a sweet and it just goes down your throat and like that. And maybe it's the smell, and maybe it's just the what we call, like, is it ritualistic or like compulsive, biting your nails, having something in your mouth. It makes you feel happy. I bite my nails. I kind of like doing this snuff. It makes me feel happy because I'm doing something, because I don't know what to do with my hands when I haven't got a computer and I'm not doing something. I need something to do, and it's like, so yeah, that kind of works. And I've stopped biting my nails so much since I do snuff. But if I stopped doing the snuff, I'd probably stop biting my nails more. But what is it? I don't know. I'm not saying, but if you've got your own substances that you're using, then great. But do you know what your own substances are safer than what's already out there? Or do you know that it tastes better than the substances that are out there? I mean, how would you know that your stuff is safer or worse? Because, I mean, I don't know. Maybe smoking an apple, like peeling an apple, chopping it up, drying it, grinding it, putting in a thing and smoking an apple would be actually quite healthy. But maybe drying a strawberry might actually be quite cancerous? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, what is good and what is bad? I don't trust the companies to tell us, but how does you or I, do you know? Do you know? Do you know? He says, it's quite lovely. It's just like a cold beer. Yeah. Okay. So a warm beer, even a warm beer. Yeah, but I mean, what is in it? I mean, we haven't had it tested. I haven't tested nicotine in snuff to see which is safer. I just do it. I just kind of go, oh, I like that. That's okay. But do you know it's safe? Do you really know it's safe? I don't know. I'm just asking you a question. Maybe as long as you feel happy about it, it'll probably be better to you than not knowing, because you are happy, and it'll probably be better for you than not knowing. So he says, is anything safe? Well, indeed, is anything safe? Come on, then. Come on. We've got 4 viewers now. We're starting to whittle them down. 4 viewers. They got bored now by it. They got bored. I know there's 2-hour threshold. I can go for hours and hours and hours. So what's the threshold? We're on 2 hours. Anybody sending me any? Does anybody want me to call them? Because I ain't giving you my telephone number. You can be absolutely certain of that, because I've had enough of bloody stalkers ringing me at bloody 3 a.m. in the morning to wake me up. But I'll certainly ring you if you wish. Nope. Nope, nobody's going for it. So, okay, you'll just have to answer in the comments then. We can't have a live interaction. We can't have that live interaction. Come on, bubbly blindy. Tell me what you make your vape substance out of, and convince me that you're a good enough chemist, if only by feel, not necessarily science, but feel and taste and knowing. Just he says, thank you for offering a call. Maybe next time when I'm armed with a 6-pack. Oh, come on. Surely your vape should keep you going through. Fair enough. Oh, I don't know. I don't bite. Come on. I don't bite. I've got a t-shirt in there. It says Circle Makers. We don't bite much. Hang on, I'll see if I can find it now. It's quite easy to find because it's white. Straight away. Hang on. Oh, it's the wrong one. Right. Celebrate human creativity. Okay. Okay. It says, this isn't the right t-shirt, by the way, but it says, what part of man-made don't you understand, motherfucker? Yeah. I didn't create these t-shirts. These were given to me. Yeah. Let me see if we can find the other one. And whilst I'm doing that, look. There's yeah, Falling Down. That great movie with Michael Douglas, Falling Down. It's in here somewhere. Look, I'll give you. It's my t-shirt cupboard. And look, I have to keep this up. Look. So let me find my t-shirts. I think I can probably find it, but I could be wrong. No. Okay, I'm going to count to 10. If I can't find this t-shirt by 10, I'm going to give up. Oh, here it is. Right. Right. Oh. Right, here we go. I'm sure, I assure you this was not worth the wait. Right. It really wasn't worth the wait. Okay, here we are. Circle Makers. We don't bite much. Yeah. See? That was my idea for a t-shirt. And I smell it. because it smells. No, it's not because it smells. It's just because it smells like it hasn't been worn in like a year. It's got that like airing cupboard smell rather than a, you know, washing machine smell. Bubbly Blindy says that was so almost worth the wait. I did warn you. He said it's so almost worth the wait. Well, I did kind of warn you. There's t-shirts in there, right, that I would love to show you, but I'm not going to waste it on this show. There are t-shirts in there. I've got t-shirts for certain environments with certain hats on, yeah, being certain types of personas, and there are other t-shirts for other environments with other things, and yeah, with other hats on. So yeah, there are some in there that I could show you, and you wouldn't probably even get what they mean and who they're for. That'll be funny to see if you can work it out. But another time. So, yeah, make it a thing. Well, here we are. You know, this t-shirt here, Black Asteroids. Yeah. I kind of, if you were here at the beginning, I kind of told you kind of what this means. But anyway, what does it mean? Don't Google it. Don't Google it, because it's tempting to Google it. You know, you're not going to impress the world because there's only 5 viewers. But what does that mean? What does it mean? You know, guesses or facts? I'm interested. What do you think that means? Because I knew exactly what it meant, because it's a reference to something. And that's why I bought the t-shirt. Because I went, ha, 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 ha. Clever, clever. But to most people, that wouldn't mean much. But, you know, it says, Bubbly Blindy says, I like the t-shirt. Sean Hutton says, squid 10 tickles. Squid 10 tickles. Oh, no, so not tickles. Tentacles. Right, okay. He says, of reality. Tentacles of reality, eh? He says, warped interdimensional geometry. Well, okay. It has the words black asteroids. If you type that into Google, you'd probably get an answer. If you see that there's an octopus on it, yeah, then it might mean something to some other people. If it doesn't, I'm going to suggest that you probably missed out on some very, very interesting material. Yeah, and it would be good, and not excruciating either. Not excruciating for you to educate yourself to something quite marvelous. And I'm not going to say more than that because it would hint at what I'm where this comes from. Right? But don't Google it. Yeah. So don't Google it. I'll give it a couple of minutes and then we'll come back to it. But yeah. I mean, you know, there are a lot of people out there that would have no idea what this means. He says, Bubbly Blind, he says, are you slowly sober? I'm pretty sober, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sober. I've had 5 pints. If you saw me when I started this stream, I was a little bit more. I've had 1 or 2 pints since then. I've actually got more sober. So in order to, you know, get back up to the 5 pint level, I'll have to keep drinking quite quickly, but I can't when I'm talking. So yeah, I'm not bad. I'm doing pretty well. Anyway, this is the basis of a lot of movies. This is the basis of a lot of things that are in popular culture, but not understood from where it comes from. Okay. Sean Hutton. He says, lover crafting, not getting the equal attention. Got it. Yeah, Sean, if you didn't Google it, well done. If you have read any, very well done. I personally love the work. I'll reveal it then, okay? The work of H.P. Lovecraft, okay? Who was apparently, I didn't realize this. I read his stuff and I thought, wow, sci-fi, horror, great. I didn't realize he was actually a real fucking racist and a eugenicist and all sorts of crazy shit. I watched a documentary on YouTube the other night. I was like, what? You what? I understood he had a wife, but you know, it was kind of like an estranged marriage or something. And I didn't kind of understand. But this guy who was a horror writer, I mean, he's amazing. He's amazing because what I believe, this is how I see it, is kind of like you can read a book of 700 pages of Stephen King and you get like 2 or 3 ideas and it takes 700 pages. You can read 2 or 3 paragraphs of Lovecraft and it will kick you in the testicles and give you more screamy than a whole book of Stephen King. He knows how to condense the horror into minor words and poetry and suggestion, and he is better than a Hitchcock. And yeah, I mean, if you fancy a little short delve into horror sci-fi, you're not going to have to read a whole book. You can read a short story that's going to take you 20 minutes, and I tell you, you'll get more in that 20 minutes than you have from books and books and books of other writers, no names mentioned. Okay, I mean, that's just honestly, I just believe the guy was a genius. He was a genius. Scared the shit out of me with some of his stuff. But apparently, I found out the other day, a bit of a racist, if that's true, bit of a maybe OCD, maybe a bit autistic. I don't know, weird sort of guy, lonely. Did he think he died actually from some? Did he die from a weird illness, or I can't remember anyway? But you know, the guy wasn't blessed in life. Put it like this. But yeah. He wasn't ever appreciated during his life for his work. He only was appreciated after his death because of, you know, the mass publishing of his works. But you know, yeah, and it doesn't. I've seen movies trying to translate his works, and it doesn't always work because you can't quite wrap up the words and the poetry and the imagination, because your imagination takes over. And when you try to put imagination into a fixed format of movies, and this is the monster and this is what we're telling you, you kind of lose it. It has to be in this kind of vague, weird kind of no man's land of, you know, make your own mind up. And I like that. I like that a lot. Less is more. Less is more. Anyway, am I correct? Let's look at the comments. Sean Hutton says, I got it. Right. So he's got it. Bubbly Blind, he said, you said it had nothing to do with Lovecraft. Did I say that? I have to read back. No. Mr. Tonic. No, it's Miskatonic with a K. Miskatonic, not a Mr. Tonic. Sean Hutton said, I didn't hear F. Bubbly Blind, he says, beyond the walls of sleep. Yes. Okay. Sean Hutton says, blasphemits, and then he has an I symbol. Yeah. Bubbly Blind says, warped interdimensional geometry. Wonder where we get some of the inspiration we do for the crop circles. Well, it's not from dark shit, I can tell you that. But yeah, I think geometry plays a part of the universe and the symmetry of how everything works and interconnects. And yes. Bubbly Blindie says, the shadow out of time. What, you mean Innsmouth and the villagers who have webbed fingers? Are they just genetically freaked, or are they something else? Yes. He says, video directors, they never... spelling mistake. He said they never understood it. I think they understood it. They just couldn't quite put it across. And I think the nature of movies, they require the money shot, whatever that means. I have no idea what a money shot means, because I literally I don't enjoy that sort of material, but I know the term. But anyway, you know, movies require that kind of like, here it is, folks. Here it is. Here's the monster. Here's the monster. It's really crap. Here it is, but here is the monster, folks. And everyone goes, well, that was quite cheesy, wasn't it? Whereas I prefer, as Hitchcock preferred, as you know, Lovecraft preferred, is kind of like suggesting all of the things it could be, maybe, and then telling you it's coming and it's knocking on the door, but you don't get to see what it is. But by that point, your mind's made up the whole idea of what it could be, and you don't even need to see it. It doesn't need to be described to you, because the magic has happened. You've kind of bought into it. You don't have to. Movies are all about CGI and special effects and giving you the final shot, when what works better sometimes is suggesting everything around it and kind of glimpsing but not showing you, and then letting you make your mind up. And I swear it works much better. It works a hell of a lot better than actually just showing you some cheap special effect which looks dated over time, you know. That's the magic. That's what some of these sci-fi directors and sci-fi writers, they don't quite get. It's kind of like they describe every detail, everything, pages and pages and pages of detail. And well, you know, by that point, then there's, you know, you've either bought into it or you kind of bailed out. But you know, I think with less can be more sometimes, maybe, you know. It's not always the, I don't know, how do I describe it? A parachute jump is probably 99% of worry going up in the aircraft, and probably 1% of excitement for the brief fall down. But probably most of your emotion and most of your angst and beliefs were all involved in the flight and the not knowing. But the actual thing, yeah, you know, it's all about the lead up, not the actual thing. Anyway, that's just me. So he says, Sean Hutton says, yeah, God, they're rats. Okay, and Bubbly Blindy says, yes, fungi from Yoggoth. Shoggoth. And Yoggoth will be a perception, because we all love a horse. Bubbly Blindy says, did you like In the Mouth of Madness, Mr. Misk Chronic? In the Mouth of Madness, yes, it was better in the book than the movie. Sam Neill was okay, and I liked Jürgen Prochnow. It was quite good. But it's just the kind of like lack of budget. So they tried to play the game of less is more suggestion. They tried to do it, but it's still kind of, if you've read the book, you know the book is a 10 and the movie is kind of a 5. And if you know the material, you go, I know where they were going with this, and you kind of forgive them for it. But if you don't know the material, watching the movie, you're probably gonna go, what the fuck is this shit? This is cheap shit. This is schlock, and I don't even get to see the monster, you know, which you kind of did, but they were not brilliant. But you know, that's what people are looking for. They're looking for the money shot. They're looking for the, you know, scare. Some woman's got some nice tits. They have a sex sequence, and then they all run away and they get killed. You know, standard movie format. You know, it tried to break from that, but it didn't really. I don't know. It didn't deliver. I wouldn't say it would deliver for people who didn't understand the material, but it was still okay. It was an all right one. You've got what other ones have been done? There's the amateur kind of production of was it Call of Cthulhu? I can't remember now. Or yeah, black and white it was. Again, it was okay. It was suggested lots and, you know, cheap special effects, but it was suggestive. So they didn't go for the, you know, here we are without expensive special effects. It worked okay because it was suggestive. But again, it wasn't incredibly memorable for anyone that didn't understand the material. Then you've got the one where, oh God, the guy who he was in Star Trek. He was in, oh God, I can't remember his name. Jeffrey Bridges, is it? Jeffrey Bridges, the actor. And it was the one to do with the tuning forks, where the tuning forks would resonate the frequency that changed the dimension and other things could come through. And it was, why can't I remember the name? It's been such a long time. It was cheesy, but forgivably okay because it was cheesy stuff. Hang on, see if anybody's got Sean Sutton says Simuli situation array. Shortness, no biological proof of us evolving or ever had. Yeah, so you know the story behind a lot of Cthulhu stuff and Lovecraft is that the gods, the ancient ones, the ones that lived on maybe this planet and maybe other planets or maybe interdimensionally, are so old that it just predates even what we would understand as God or whatever. They're the old ones. They go back, and basically, when humans evolved on the Earth in just a tiny speck of time compared to what the old ones have been there, we evolved in kind of like this little blip, and they didn't know we'd even evolved. And when they became aware of our, you know, oh, look at them on the planet Earth, they were very offended and decided to do something about it because we were not what they wanted. So anyone who kind of discovers the gods, these ancient gods, or anyone who kind of mentions their names can call them forth, and it's usually not a good deal. It's really not a good deal. So you can't think about them, you can't speak their names, otherwise you call them forth. Yeah. Anyway, the movie freaked me out, he said. But it pulled it off with Carpenter's movie. I've read the book. In the Mouth of Madness was John Carpenter, wasn't it? I believe. Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. But yeah, I wouldn't put it in the same class as something like that, like John Carpenter's The Thing. The Thing, I mean, come on, that's a scary movie. It catches you out. Ugh. You know, you're shaking and jumping every couple of minutes. And even for a 1980s movie, The Thing is like, it's just, ugh. You know, and In the Mouth of Madness and, you know, Escape from New York and all those sorts of stuff. They're kind of like, you know, they're kind of cheesy sort of movies. But They Live, a B movie, cheaply made, but it has that kind of, yeah, has that kind of go to it, yeah. So, what else has John Carpenter done recently that was worthy of note? I don't know. Mention him in the comments. I'll comment. They told us in school we never needed a tail. Do you know how handy that would be? Have you ever heard it? Do we need a tail? Well, obviously we don't, because we seem to manage quite well without it. What's the purpose of a tail? It's for balance, and you know, some people say, oh, monkeys can grip with their tail. They can't fucking grip with their tail. They grip with their feet. They grip with their hands, which is why our feet have, you know, they can grip and they have nails. Why the fuck do we have nails on our feet? I mean, it's not like they're not talons. We don't grip into our prey with our feet. But these are all, what they call them, vestigial, or, you know, kind of things that are on their way out. It's the reason we don't have incisors, because we're not necessarily meat eaters anymore, which a lot of people would, you know, kind of like scoff at. We're more vegetarians, which is why these have gone back up. You know, we can eat meat, but it shouldn't be 100% of our diet. So these have kind of recessed. Our tails have recessed. Our fur has recessed. We don't have all over body fur. We don't have some strange things like we don't have an appendage in our genitalia that some of you may or may not, we don't have that down there anymore. So we have some strange alterations there. And if you know the reasons why, it's because we're not the same creatures as we used to be, and we don't have the same needs as we used to have, and we can kind of sustain ourselves without the same requirements as animals, because we don't have to hide in the trees anymore. We can go and attack other animals with weaponry, with brain power, and we don't need these things, you know. So we've got this kind of like, we've got this edge on things. So yeah, we don't need a tail really. I think if anything, the only reason we need a tail these days would be for kinky sex clubs. But tell me if I'm wrong. I have seen that, by the way. So not partaked, but have seen. Anyway, have you enjoyed our company? Yes, I've enjoyed your comments, Bubbly Blindy. And it seems like by saying that, it's almost like you're wishing yourself an excuse to get away. He says, I love they live, I should know. I love they live, I should know. So does this mean you can see? We've got one that can see. Yeah. He says, oh, of course. Yeah, he says, look at my icon. Of course. No, he's right. He's right. Yeah, no, I totally get it now. Yeah, no, I thought at first I was looking at a zombie, but I'm not. I'm looking at those that can see. Yes. Ah, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That's self-explanatory, says Sean Hutton. That's self-explanatory. I'm sure we have been through this before. Have we? I don't know. Have we? Have we been through this before? Do I know you? Do you know me? $5, long time. You come back now. What's that thing? You all come back now. You hear? Yeah. Sean Hutton says it might be because these Satanists train. Whatever that means. He then says, draining us, nothing to carry. Bubbly Blindy then puts a couple of symbols, which includes an arm, a frog, and a thumbs up. Sean Hutton there says, Area 51 plus there's one, whatever that means, and higher and lower levels. Okay, so whatever that means. Sean Hutton says, about 3 or 4 years ago. The secret vault. Yeah. Sean Hutton said, I deleted all my subscriptions. And look, she's got bored of my talking. She's moved closer now. She's got anesthetized to my voice. So my voice is now no longer kind of, waking her up and making her like, oh, what are you talking about? She's kind of ignoring that now, She'll probably hear other noises, but she's not hearing this noise. It's kind of nice because she's kind of like, go to sleep now. Yeah. Anyway, why did you delete all your subscriptions? And what did you delete your subscriptions to? Facebook, YouTube, what? And why? Bubbly Blindy says, see you cats on the next one, unless you're still going to be back by the next time I'm in from the pub. What do you mean? You're going? You're going? What's the matter? Don't you have the stamina, or do you have a 9-to-5 job? Have you got to go and marry and reproduce? Maybe you should perhaps, maybe, was it marry, reproduce? What's the other things on there? Obey, marry, reproduce, obey. God, I can't remember them now, but there's a lot. Yeah. I'm thirsty and I want a beer. Well, go and get a beer and come back. There's no fucking excuses. Come on. Right. So anyway, oh God, There's fairly simple, really. He says fairly simple, really. What? Come on, I'm not gonna tell you what the movie is, but what are the quotes? It's obey, which appeared on the T-shirt, obey with Obama and all that sort of stuff, like in 2 colors, obey. But that came from that movie, which I'm not going to name. If you don't know what the movie is, fuck you. Yeah, get a life. Yeah, get a bloody IMDb subscription. Get a bloody Netflix subscription. Get a life. Get a job. Get a hard on. Yeah. Okay. So obey, marry, reproduce. Right, these are quotes. Marry, reproduce. What are the other ones now? Oh God, I'm just trying to remember. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. Anyway, the guy, but Hubbly Blindy, if his icon is what he says it is, and he knows the movie so well, he should be able to really know what he's talking about. And I mean, you know, if he doesn't know what he's talking about, then, you know, with his icon being that, I mean, look at me. What the fuck do I mean, you know, everyone thinks I'm an encyclopedia for bloody urbex. I'm not, you know. I mean, I've just come here to chew bubblegum and fucking kick ass, you know, but I'm all out of bubblegum, unfortunately. So it'll have to be beer. So, yeah. And, you know, yeah, and I don't look that pretty. I mean, you know, me, fucking, me, I look okay. This, real fucking ugly. Sorry, it's a movie quote. Only some people will get it. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Anybody on? Let's just check if anybody wants to do a talk before I go. No, you're all fucking completely gay. I didn't say that. Come on. None of you got the balls to have a fucking live chat. None of you got the balls to live chat. It's incredible. Oh, come on. I can hear birds singing outside. It's 5:28. I've been on for 2 hours and 41 minutes. The birds are singing outside now. I really don't know why I'm up this late. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Because I have nothing better to fucking do. I'm just trying to interact with my subscribers. But I thought they would want to interact in a less, you know, behind the keyboard way. You know, come on, guys, let's do it. Let's duke it out. You know, put on a weird voice. You know, get your missus to talk to me so I don't recognize your voice. Let's do it. Anyway, I'm probably going to do this a couple more times, and I'll give more people chances to do this in the future. But I don't want it to be kind of like, I don't want it to be. It's going to be real people, and I don't want to be in any way prepared for what people are going to say, because I want it to be realistic, and, you know, let's just kind of see what we can bounce off each other. Come on. Oh, right. Yeah. So the only other way I could do this is I could load up my Skype with a Circle Makers TV account, and you could Skype me, and then I wouldn't know who you are, and I wouldn't have your telephone number. But I'm not sure if I can remember my Skype password for my Circle Makers TV. But anyway, the idea behind doing this is to test whether it works. And secondly, then I'm going to have to work out how to do the multi-streaming, multi-camera, you know, thing. And then we can do the phone-ins, you know. But if you guys aren't going to be able to phone in, I'll just have to get guests, which is, you know, okay. But I thought, you know, let's take this to the next level. Let's actually get you phoning in and reacting properly, even if that involves you calling me and I've always hated your show. Goodbye, click. I don't care. You know, let's do it. Yeah, I really don't care. I was winding up James Whale when he was on television years ago, donkeys years ago, and ringing in, and you know, I got him right wound up. Me and my mates, we were like an army of people trying to wind up James Whale on television with his live phone in. So I'm quite up for that, because I mean, if you can give it, you should be able to take it, surely. So but yeah, we're gonna have to do it somehow. Anyway, we got five people online. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna ring each other, or am I gonna load up Skype with Circle Makers TV thing, and then you're gonna have to add me to your Skype, and then I have to accept it, and then you can ring, and then I'm not gonna know who you are, or you're just gonna bite the bullet and I can ring your number? Probably not. Probably not. With 5 people online, it's probably not gonna happen. But I'm sorry, I can't give you my number, because I do like to get to sleep sometimes, and being woken up at like 3 in the morning by somebody who just wants to go, all right, Matt, I just said I'd ring you up. Or my stalker who goes like this. It's like ring, 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 ring. He goes like this. Yeah, right. It's like, okay, fuck off, phone off, go back to sleep. Yeah, that doesn't work for me, but you know, if you want to go for it, we can give you a ring. If you're a real person, I won't pass out your number. I promise you I won't pass out your number. Come on. Come on. Don't be fucking shit. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, God. Right. Otherwise, I'm going to get bored and I'm going to go watch a movie. And the dog will be happier because I'm not talking. We're getting to that point now. It's 5:32 in the morning. Probably Blindy has gone off to get a drink or something. And we're probably at the point where he knows he's going to have to go to work in the morning. He's going to have to be up at 7:30 or 8 and get to work, or something's going to happen. He just, it's just like, it's always the same old, isn't it? It's the same old. There's always something to do. I'm not attacking that, but there's always something to do. So I ain't got nothing to do today. I ain't got nothing to do. I can get up early or late. I can do something or not do something, be productive or not productive. But ultimately, I'm here now. Might as well make the most of it. Otherwise, I'm going to go watch a movie. Anybody going for it? Anybody going to go for it? Come on. Send me an email. Right, I'll send it to you again. Right, one last chance. Right, come on. Right, that's the email. Right, that is the email. Right, send me an email. Send me your telephone number. I'll give you a ring. You can take the piss, fart, or whatever. We'll keep it going, or I'm going to go and watch a movie, because I have got stuff I can watch, which is gonna sustain me into sleep, because I'm borderline now. I'm borderline. Come on, let's do it. Come on, do it. Sean, right. Sean says he couldn't be bothered with all this and the suppression. He was just in for a major evolving. The scientists was just for a major evolving. The scientists have nothing to give you and nothing to take. Just strive. I think scientists are just in it for the money. You can buy scientists. You can buy scientists to tell you that cancer is a figment of your imagination. You can buy scientists to tell you that cigarettes are actually better for your health. You can buy scientists to say Roundup is perfectly safe to drink, but they won't drink it themselves. Yeah, science is supposed to be about this, like, provable, repeatable, peer review, But where is science when it comes to fracking? Yeah, where's all the science there? You can buy scientists to tell you that fracking is safe when it's been shown to be unsafe in so many countries, in so many scenarios. It's as safe as you want to pay out money for you and your mates to get off on a bloody, on a nice little bloody, a nice little fucking earner. That's it, science. Yeah, and I wonder whether the same is medicine is probably the same. Vaccines and medicines, and don't start me. Don't start me. I'd rather leave it to the professionals. He says, hearing nonsense in the last days, I want to live and, quote, L-E-E-D, lead, blah. Yeah, well, come and tell us why, mate. I'm all for cryptic, but cryptic is good, but let's fucking do let's do a call-in. Let's do a call-in. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you think. Still no call-ins. All right, I'm going to give it 5 minutes then, and I'm going to go off and I'm going to watch one of my many Netflix subscriptions, and let's see what we got. I've watched Project Blue Book. That was the last one. Is the new Star Trek Discovery started yet? I don't know. It's supposed to be coming up soon. Has it started? I don't know. New series of the Tick. I understand it is into season 2 is being produced, but has it gone out? I haven't even bothered watching the Vampire Diaries, so I don't know. The Orville is good. I love the Orville. Good fun. It's actually quite similar to what the old Next Generation was, minus the Next Generation was very serious, and this has like the touch of comedy, but it's almost like the same thing. It's quite weird how similar they are. That's quite fantastic. God, that's old. Supernatural. Haven't watched that for a while. I don't know. Maybe they've got a new season out of that. I haven't checked. Supernatural. I used to like it. It's cheesy, but it's just so dependable, and you know the characters so well. It's kind of like grows on you. Travelers. I started watching that, and it was like, oh, this is so cheap and nasty. I'm just going to get drawn out. I was like, how long have I got enough life to spend watching this drawn out series? The Walking Dead, again, it has its moments of violence and excellence and depravity, but it's such a bloody long thing. It's like Twin Peaks, the new one. I love David. I was going to say David Icke. I love David Lynch, and I love all his movies. But the new Twin Peaks, it was just so bizarre. I mean, it was just, I don't know. Didn't help me understand more. It just confused me more instead of making me understand more. Oh, Westworld. Have you seen Westworld? Westworld, the new series, 2 seasons. I think the first season was just amazing. The second season tried to explain a bit too much, but it was still good. It was still excellent, and it really got me going. But it tried to kind of fill in the blanks a bit too much, But still, that is a good series, Westworld. And it just makes the old 1970s movie, which was good in its own right, it just makes it look like a bit of a kiddie's bloody spinning top. It's cheesy by comparison. So yeah, that's good. Underworld, Blood Wars, Suspiria, the new Suspiria movie. I like the old Suspiria movie. The guys at Red Letter Media told me that Suspiria, the new one, was good, and I've started watching it, but it's, I don't know, it doesn't have the same kind of weird quality and weird, stark, bizarre, in-your-face, bang bang that the old Suspiria did. But it might grow on me. I don't know. What else we got? South Park. Oh God, yeah, I forget that. Yeah, they're just okay in small bursts. Mr. Robot season 2, like season 1, season 2. It's like okay. Mindhunter. I still need to watch the rest of that. That is very good from the first few episodes, but I still need to watch it. The Punisher. I enjoyed it. It was cheesy. It was crap. It was easy to watch in the background, but they killed it. They killed it. How that Punisher stayed alive so long. He wasn't a superhero. He wasn't like endowed with superpowers. But I mean, how he survived. I mean, come on. This is Marvel Universe. Hank and Mike, one of my favorite movies. Hank and Mike, that is one of my favorite movies. Somebody asked me what's one of my favorite movies. Watch Hank and Mike. Watch Hank and Mike. I hope it makes you smile. It is funny. I like it. I like that. It is just such an off-the-wall movie. Grimm. Yeah, Grimm. I like that. That's good. Pretty good. Ghosted. It's okay. It's just like a substitute for that Warehouse 13 or whatever it was. It's kind of like a substitute for Warehouse 13. I think Warehouse 13 deserves to come back. Yeah, what else have we got? Captain Marvel. Yeah, right. I didn't want to watch that in the cinema. Somebody gave me a copy of it. I would never watch pirate stuff, but somebody gave me a movie copy of it. American Gods. Oh, that's good. American Gods might just surprise you in a number of ways. Very good stories, each one very surprising. Nice little arc, keeps you guessing, wanting for the next season, like really desperately wanting for the next season, and just off the wall, some ideas and concepts and things that have never been kind of worked out on, never done on TV before, and it will actually go, whoa, okay. Altered Carbon, not bad at all. I'm waiting for season 2. How's it going to go? Altered Carbon, yeah, that's pretty good. Alita Battle Angel, yeah, okay, but you know, it's okay. That's it. It's just not what I was expecting. It wasn't the full kind of like wow I was expecting from the people that did the special effects for Lord of the Rings. You know, the wetter digital. You know, great special effects, but you know, you need a story, special effects in everything. Got to have the both. It was okay, but it just kind of moved along. I don't know. Let's have a look. A Discovery of Witches. That's not bad. Sky Television. That is pretty good. Mediocre, you know, mediocre sort of production values and money, but a good enough story to kind of keep you compelled, even though it's not like mega budget, but good. Yeah. What else we got? Beauty and the Beast. Which one do I mean? Not the American, not the American English speaking. Beauty and the Beast 2014, French with subtitles. Movie magic, movie magic, as movies should be, capturing the magic. Yeah. Go and watch it. You know, if you don't like subtitle movies, it doesn't matter. You will probably like subtitle movies after watching this. And I would say as well, France has had a couple of home run movies with Beauty and the Beast, Pacte de la Loup, you know, which is the Brotherhood of the Wolf in English. Gotta see it. Seriously, cinematography. Oof, it's just out of this world. It's the cinema. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm actually getting goosebumps from saying to you how good Brotherhood of the Wolf is. Right, Pacte de la Loup. Go and watch it. Martial arts, amazing. Just a really good flowing story. Great. Mixtures of disciplines of movies, mixing different ideas together and and it works so well. And it retakes an old idea, brings it forward. You don't know what's coming. You really don't know what's coming. It keeps you on the edge. And I mean, it's just eye candy. I don't even think you would even need to have the subtitles on and even need to be able to speak the language, because the movie is it's just a treat. And some of the sequences, they require no translation. It's just that frigging good. Yeah. Watch it. There's a good movie which is Russian subtitle, Branded. I've got in my collection. Watch that one. But I'll leave it at that. Let's have a look at what the comments are, because I've got to go back now. Right, okay. Oh, here we go. Have I seen Blade Runner 2049? Yes. It was too long. It was too slow. It was... it explained too much. It was almost like filling in the blanks of the first movie. It's almost like like, oh yeah, that's what that means, and that's what that means, and here we are, and now you understand, and it was like, I kind of class these apologetic movies. They're okay, but they're almost like fan service. They're too much fan service. Instead of being, we're not going to tell you everything. We're going to make it more weird, and we're going to keep you on the edge, and we're going to do it in the original sense. Blade Runner, the original movie, had a musical weirdness, had a cinematography weirdness, had very good special effects, and it didn't really care about what you thought. It just carried on, bang, bang, bang. This movie took extreme lengths to explain to you, this is what's going on, that's why he did that, and this is why she did this. Do you understand? Good. Next scene. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. It could have been done in like 45 minutes and just cut it all out. Yeah, 2049. No. It had moments in it that were just aggressively stupid, retarded. Like, Harrison Ford lives in a big building in the middle of nowhere in radiation zone. How come he hasn't died from radiation poisoning? Number one. Okay, maybe he's because he's a replicant, or he had a dog. Was it a real dog? Well, maybe not. So maybe that's why it didn't die of radiation poisoning. But the dog didn't trip any of the trip wires. The dog didn't trip any of the trip wires. Is that because Harrison programmed it not to go near the trip wires? Or did he, or was the dog just intelligent and we should just Scooby-Doo and bloody, Mary Jane it all the way? Bollocks. It just, I just felt insulted by the lack of, intelligent understanding. It just kind of just went on. It was like Star Wars. It's just like, hey, everybody, this is what the Force is. This is, hey, let's Luke, this is what this is. They didn't win. Oh, no, they won. No, they didn't win. It's like, just fucking move on. The story doesn't need to be explained. Yeah, move on. Yeah, Blade Runner 2049. It basically explained everything, and it didn't carry you on a quick, exciting journey. It dragged. It dragged for me. It was slow. I could have fallen asleep if I wasn't careful. But the first one wasn't like that, because it was all different and didn't explain itself, and you felt like you were in a strange place, in a strange universe in the future, and because you didn't know what was coming next. I mean, this one, it dwelt so long on moments and scenes. It's like I could have drawn a picture of the scene by the time that the scene had finished. Anyway, I won't go on about it. It is what it is. It's a sequel movie, but no, sorry. Yeah. Piss up. What did you say? Have you seen Blade Runner? What's up? Where? Come on, right? Come on. Any motherfuckers? Excuse my language. Any motherfuckers? Give me a number to ring. I'm not going to give it out over the air. No. Right. I did promise you 5 minutes, didn't I? Promised you 5 minutes. I'm going to go. That's it. I'm going to go. So there's 8 people now. You see, since I said I'm going to go, and 7 people now. Since I said I'm going to go, and it's all over. There's people who bloody, come into the channel. So we've got 3 more people. I know some people who would be absolutely over the moon if they had 8 people watching a live stream in their channel, or like get 10 people viewing their videos. They'd be over the fucking moon. But I kind of moved on from that now. And for me, it's not how many people watch my videos. It's whether or not they give a fuck about what's in them. Because it's not always what I put in them. I hint at a lot of things. And are you actually clever enough to pick up the hints? I think some of you are, because you've obviously been watching carefully, unless you're an artificial intelligence. But you kind of know what I'm into. You know my interests. But yeah. What do you say? Take, faff, fag. Take a fag. Yeah, go on then. Yeah. So, you take a fag, you do it. Oh, my dog's woken up now. My dog's woken up. I've got snuff. I've got beer. I've got a thing of artificial sweeteners. Well, they're not. No, they're natural sweeteners called Truvia. It's 3 times as sweet per gram as. I can't see it. 3 times as sweet as sugar, but it tastes kind of bitter when you do it. Not entirely bitter. Oh, it gets bitter the more it soaks in. It gets bitter. Yeah, it's okay though. It's not horrible. Yeah, but at least it's natural. It's actually from a plant extract, and yeah, so that's what I have in my tea. And because they haven't put it in drinks yet, or they did, they had it in Coca-Cola Life. Anyway, I digress. Anyone's going to be in for the telephone thing, or I'm going to go and we'll have to do this again some other time. No, it's not going to happen. Right, okay. So, yeah, stevia is good because it's natural. Aspartame is nasty. It's a proprietary substance, you know, owned by bloody Monsanto, Bayer, and all that, yeah. Coca-Cola Life, yeah, Coca-Cola Life was stevia, but nobody understood what it was. They didn't understand it. This is natural, not sugar, instead of fake diet drinks. But the thing is, diet drinks have been in for so long, then, of course, it's like saturation point. Nobody understood what nice sweeteners are versus nasty sweeteners. So who have we got to blame? Us that didn't buy enough of it, or the stupid people who just couldn't understand because nobody told them or they weren't interested in learning? Yeah, okay. Let them have their diet drinks if they want to fucking have cancer and, you know, shit, then good for them. Oh, yeah. I don't understand why they can't release Coca-Cola with no sweeteners, no sugar, no aspartame, no stevia, no nothing. I'd like to taste, just out of sheer perversity, right? What does Coke taste like with no sweeteners? Do you reckon anyone could like sort that out for me? Like to go and, you know, go up to Coke and get something from the bottling line before they put the sweeteners in, or can say to the chemist, can you just let me taste fucking Coke with no sugar or sweeteners in, please? And just for pure the hell of it, yeah. What would it be like with no sweeteners in? Maybe some sick motherfuckers like me would actually like it. And then maybe you wouldn't have to like put addictive sugar or aspartame in there, you know. Anyway, nobody's replied to that. So anyway, countdown from a minute then, 60 seconds. I'm going to head off. So thank you very much, Ghost Catcher, Funky Buddha. Stevia was poisoned by the popular fictional TV show. Poisoned in it, popular fictional TV show, and apparently put some people off. Stevia was poisoned. What, they put it into a soap opera story? That's nuts. Oh, put some people off. God, yeah. It's a shame they couldn't have done the same with aspartame, which is actually the poison, which probably would have made more sense. It's gone sweet again now. It was sweet, then it goes weird and bitter, and then now the back taste in my throat is sweet again. Weird. Yeah, okay. So Funky Buddha, thank you very much. And all the rest, Sean Hutton. Just got no luck. I don't know who else is here. We've got 6 people. Daniel Robbs. Sharon Lerner. Jonathan Robbs. Jonathan and Horace Dude, if you're still there. Thanks very much. It's 3 hours of complete and utter fucking mindless nonsense that shouldn't really be used on a YouTube channel, because it's the type of thing you should talk to your mates with down the pub. But hey, there we go. So next time, prepare yourself. Get yourself a fake telephone number or a mobile SIM, which can be thrown away. But I want to speak to some people, because this is not very interesting if it's just me spouting my shit all the time. I'm just not sure it's going to carry it for very long. So get yourself a SIM. Come on, how much is it going to cost? A fiver, tenner for a Libara SIM or something bullshit? I'll give you a ring and you can call me to my face. That's what I want. I want it. I want you to see if you can abuse me and push my buttons, and we'll see where it goes. I reckon it's going to be funny. So, okay. That's it. So, I don't know, 20 seconds and counting. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go to bed. Don't know what I'm going to watch yet. But it's probably going to be something new. What do I reckon then? In the 20 seconds, what am I going to watch that's kind of new? Travellers was boring. There might be some new Orville. I'll check to see if there's a new episode of the Orville out. I understand there's a new series of Lucifer. God knows where that's gone. I stopped on series 2 with that. House of Cards finished, of course, because of the scandal. But I used to enjoy that, but that stopped. I'm on the last series of that. I could finish that, I suppose. It would require a little bit of concentration. And when I'm going to sleep, I like things that are just going to just wash over me and knock me out. So, yeah. Okay. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. It's been very, very nice of you to tune in. I hope that you are all people who understand who I am and what this channel is about. Most of you have seemed to kind of pick up. Yeah, I'd reckon about half of you at least know what this channel is about. So write to me. You've got the address. If you have suggestions, I'm going to try and resurrect some sort of live thing fairly soon where I do something something interesting along the Crop Circles line or a general chat line. It may be on this channel, or it may be on one of my other channels. Maybe on one of my other channels, which will mean that it's more non-swearing and sensible, or it could be on this one where we're just off the wall. And yeah, so if you've got anything you'd like to suggest, any speakers you'd like to suggest, please send them across, and I will promptly ignore all of them and do what the fuck I like. So thank you very much, and stay insane. Keep fucking the idiots, as they said in that series, which you should watch, called Nathan Barley. Yes. Keep fucking the idiots. Good night.